Ah. Can you guys hear me? Yep, audio good. All right. Hello. Hello, everyone. T. Hughes, Callum, Dustin, Kanadummy, Kai, Brian, Reality Quest, Slow-Mo, Gypsy. How do I say that? Lyle, Isabella, Tree of Knowledge. And I'm on. They locked me out of Autodidactic 1, so let me just try and work out how to get my face into this screen. Ah, there I am. Hello, hello, hello. Hope you are having an awesome day. Let me just... All right. Hello, everyone. How are you all? This is being weird again. What's being weird again? Great rising, hello, all beautiful peeps. Did you like the music? Next time I'll have to listen to the music, I think. All right, so yeah. Time to keep the vibration up. There's lots going on, guys. I don't know if you saw, but Autodidactic banned again. Can't post anything for 2 weeks on the main channel. One of my other channels, the Instant Karma Project, got deleted today by YouTube, so that was nice. And I'm in lockdown. I'm in lockdown for 3 days. The government announced it at 6 p.m. on Friday night of a long weekend, and it's the long weekend for Anzac Day, which is like the Remembrance Day for fallen war heroes and all that kind of stuff. It's a big ceremony, but now no one can go. And 6 o'clock, and they literally called it at about 4 o'clock on a Friday arvo, and I can just, all I'm thinking about is all these restaurants and people who serve food and that, who have been preparing food all day, and now what do they do with it? They can't sell it. So yeah, they keep pushing their tyranny, but that's all right. It's just pokes to make sure that, you know, we're on track and that we actually believe what we say. You know, it's all just a test, guys. It's just a test. Odysee is cool. Yes. So guys, everyone, links below are for Odysee. That's the main channel at the moment, as I'm having problems uploading to Bitchute. So go and subscribe at Odysee just in case. Because like I said, I woke up this morning and one of my channels gone, just gone. So, and that was from a video that was done 4 or 5 months ago. And the same thing with my main channel. It was from a video that was probably 8 months old, 9 months old. And so this is what they're doing. It's the Adjustment Bureau from 1984, when they go back into the past and they change the past and all this kind of stuff. So it's pretty, yeah, it's very, we're living in a stage show, that's for sure. Lenny, how you going? E-Greens, Shinto, hello. Conan, hello. Riding the waves. Oh, thank you, Riding the waves. 432, oh nice, 432 hertz. Well, it doesn't hurt, it feels good. Yes, Odysee, yes. Also, so I do have some pictures and some stuff to go through. First of all, I just want to show you, how do I do this? Let me move this. I've done a couple of interviews this week, and they are already up. I think I've posted them in, can you see that? Yep. All right. So, and I'll leave the links for this, for these channels in the description when I finish. I didn't put them in, but the new now, this one here, Heart of the Matter with me and Lorenzo. So go and check out this channel. I'll leave the link. Check out our chat. And I've done a few chats with Lorenzo. He does great work. So go and check out his work. Give him some love. And the second one was Dave from the Felon Show. And this one's up already as well. Went up today. And Dave actually interviewed Mr. Martin Liedtke a few weeks ago.
So that one's there as well. So I'll leave the link for this as well, the Felon Show. Go check out his work. He's done some, I think he's interviewed, Max Egan as well, Max Egan. So yeah, go check that channel out as well. And new t-shirts, guys, at the Autodidactic shop. Can you see that? So we have some Antiquitech ones. Can I make them get big? Let's see. All right, can you see that one? Oh, there we go. Antiquitech. I've got that one. I've got this one. Whoops. Hey, go big. There we go. That one. Antiquitech. Woohoo. Airships. We've got Facts Over Fear. Got Free Your Mind. Smash the TV. And I've got this Starfort one as well, which is here. Woohoo. So there you go, guys. A couple new t-shirts. I'm working on some more stuff that's cool. So go and check out the link for this is in the description below as well. So there you go. That's all the business stuff. All right. How's everyone going? All right. Okay, so what I'm going to do is jump into some pictures, and I've got all these live pictures, and I was going to, why not? So we'll start with these, but then I was going to go through some Antiquitech pictures, because this is the thing, right? The word freedom, free dome, free from the dome. I don't know. What do you think? This is one way you could do it, in a tunnel. So here we're just going to go through some random pics I've got. Like I said, I'm not that organized, but it's Friday night. I thought I'd jump on. It's Friday night where I am. You have a bit of a gathering. We'll have a bit of a chat. Let you guys talk amongst yourself. Get some ideas out there. Oh, thank you, Dustin. You're awesome. Thank you for posting that link. Little train. Let's see what else is in this file. Oh, pagoda, and of course free tech, right? And small people. Martin said on Wednesday on his live that he did that the more you look into the past and the more you see stuff, and especially the actual video footage as well, and the photos and the drawings, a whole lot, like this, it doesn't look like this is our realm. I mean, does it? Look, everything's the wrong size. I don't know. What do you think? Do we need to free the dome where we put in the dome? Domes everywhere, right? With the bells on top and the spire. Maybe we just need to be inspired enough and we can raise up. All right, here we go. We've got some robot dudes. Now, these are from like the 30s and 40s. And this is a robot that smokes a cigar. And he's even got a robot dog. So here we go. He's got photoelectric color detection. Billows for smoking, an arm motor, a head-turning motor, leg motors, left leg gear drive, finger operating wire tendons. Wow, man. So this dude, he even had rubber feet, and rollers for walking. So there you go. That was the smoking robot from the 1930s. How is this for a shock? Guess what's going on here? Would you be the man behind that piece of glass? This is a photo. They're testing bulletproof glass. Imagine being this dude. Honey, I may or may not be home for dinner. So a bit more animatronics. Is that what they're called? I guess they like big butts back in the day as well. Got a walking set of legs. I'm not going to say anything else about that picture. Here we have Mighty Man. There we go. This is actually an old schematics, but the Iron Giant. Sorry, he was a cartoon dude. This is Paris back in the day, and this is the whole thing, right? That we see everywhere. You know, it's like spot the person without a hat. Where are they? You know, spot the man without a coat on or a white shirt. It's just like these photos are just, the more you look at them, the more ridiculous they are. And look at the size of this dude on the horse, this statue. I mean, maybe he was the real size. He's a bit bigger than these people. Everything just looks so oversized. And of course, a lot of people, you know, UAP's been going into the 1,000 years. You know, was it the reign of Christ and the saints? You know, who knows? There's some weird stuff going on in this realm at the moment. This is a fortune teller, and we've all seen those, appeared in many creepy movies. Radio police automation. So this is a police bot. Radio control cars, and look at all these robot police, and they run on dynamos. They've got loudspeakers and telephones and all this kind of stuff. And these are like printed articles. It's bizarre. This is Science and Innovation, May 1924. Distant controlled by radio makes mechanical cop possible. So there you go, early remote control. And of course, what did they want to do? Use it to beat people up. So not much has changed. I hope YouTube aren't listening and I say the wrong word. Here's another robot. This is the back, obviously, and you know this. You know, it's a sort of steampunky look, isn't it? You know, everything's mechanical and pneumatic, and you know, no electronics in there. You know, so how real are all these pictures? I wonder. You know, did they have these kind of things around? Oh, what's that? That must be a video. Like this dude, Doctor. What does it say? Oh, D, the Machine Man, Barbarossa. There you go. And this is a machine man with lots of wiggly, chainy, roundy, coggy bits. Not sure that he does much, but isn't it interesting that we have all these pics? Here's another one. This is a machine man that used to pull a cart, a rickshaw. So, I mean, I don't know. I've only found these pictures. I probably should have looked more into, did these things actually work? Like I said, this is live and unorganized tonight. The Pantheon, back in the 30s. And I mean, look at the destruction around here. It's just completely destroyed. All this ground just looks like, you know, boulders or something, melted something. Shinto Autodidactic Automating. Very nice. Whoops. All right. What else we got in here? Oh, we got a cone head. Got a cone head. There it is. Cone head. She doesn't look really happy, does she, about wearing that headdress? Probably annoyed she didn't get cast in that movie from the 90s. Oh my gosh. Okay, so this is, I'll probably need to show you another photo. This is like a flying saucer, really. As you can see in there, it's round. It's got 3 floors. There's people in here, and it's run on fans, like big fans, a lot like that. The German Bell that they made that had 3 fans under it. Here's some more pictures of it, and this was fully designed out. This thing. The disc copter. So basically it was, like, you know, a helicopter that was a disc, I guess. This is a one-man version, but check out what this guy designed. There it is again, the one-man version. And he designed, look at this. So these are cities, and see all these holes in all the tops of the buildings, and here as well. So these things, he's designed all these buildings, and this is where they land. You know, you fly around, you come and land here, people get off, go into the building. You got smaller ones that people can fly around, and all the building tops are covered in these little holes. You know, kind of like the airship kind of concept, but with discs. There you go, a bit more. So pretty interesting. Look at this. You can see how big they are. They've got a train up here, big crane loading this one up. People coming on here. But of course, now we've only got planes. This is a man looking way too serious for wearing a skirt like that. It actually said that this was the sort of traditional, you know, accepted dress of the time for men. I guess that was back in I don't know, the fairy tale times. What do you think of that one? Oh, here we go. Back to some animatronics. We have a trombone playing robot. And look at this. You just wind him up. This guy's going, how does that work? So obviously it's got a cable. You wind it up, and then it obviously has a spring and unwinds, and I don't know, it does something. Must have bellows in there, pumping out some air. Some armor. And this is the thing about armor. Look at this. This is, you know, all the pics and, you know, all the armor they show us is all just smooth and shiny. But when you actually find, you know, pictures and stuff of the old armor, it was all just covered in artwork. You know, so what really was armor? You know, they try and tell us star forts were made for war. You know, what do you reckon? Made for war or something else? This is another robot dude. This is the robot giant. You can see he's pulling a rickshaw. And they've dressed him up, you know, just like everyone else. Got the mo, got the hat. Looks a bit like an ice cream man. Here's another one. This guy looks like Bender. See, it's Bender from, oh God, what's it called? You know, 1893 on his chest there. So what do you reckon? What does he do back in 1893? The artificial man. The art official man. And here he is. This dude's walking around with his control board, and he's controlling this guy, I guess, the artificial man. And it must be real because they've got a picture of a scientist. So I don't know, but these are all like published articles. See, by Joseph H. Krauss. Removing what? The artificial man, removing the fangs of death by substituting organs of the body which have succumbed to the effects of time and the ravages of disease. Oh, so that's what they're doing. Like they pull out a kidney and they chuck one of these little compressors in you, and you can walk again and drink beer, apparently. Now this is a live action shot, guys. Not set up at all. Not at all. And the reason I got these are actually not the Civil War. These are the Spanish, I believe, the Spanish Civil War. And I don't know, any comparisons with the American Civil War photos we get? And something else that jumped out at me was this. Now, what does that look like? I mean, it looks like a few things to me. One, it almost looks like a big chain that's, you know, been sort of stacked up a bit. But it also looks, you know, like when you get ring ball bearings and they're like a ring and they've got little ball bearings in them. This kind of looks like that. I mean, obviously it's not a ring anymore. Maybe it's like a track. But these balls look like ball bearings, and they also look like cannonballs, don't they? They could be. I I don't know. What do you think? It's just I have no idea what that is. I mean, are they supposed to be stacked cannonballs? Because it doesn't look that way, does it really? But yeah, how's this pose, right? Striker pose. What do we have here? This and see, it's all castles. We shouldn't even be calling them flooded castles anymore because they're all flooded. This is from I-482. Is that an I? Looks not dotted. Who knows? St. George Opindium. So 1400s, and we seem to have had the flood, the whatever catastrophe. Because see, this is all flooded out here. This is clearly way off the ground. It's all a bit weird. 1482, and that would be right, because whatever happened obviously had to happen before the age of, what they like to call the age of discovery, but was obviously the age of rediscovery, which was around that time, 1400. So I think we're looking, at least 1300s before that this whatever thing happened. This is Compiègne. I really just got this one just because, I mean, look at the geometry down here. I'm not sure what date it is. Doesn't really say, but yeah, check out the geometry here. We've got a nice octagon and just lines going everywhere. And these are the things that disappeared off maps, off cartography maps. All these funny lines. You see the old ones, and they've all got these, divergent lines like this. And of course, there's a problem with the maps. If you haven't seen, oh gosh, now I better not say the name because I can't remember who put it out. I'm getting two people mixed up. But there was 2 videos put out that the tropics, Tropic of Capricorn and Cancer, are wrong because they're from 2 ages ago. Because the whole age thing, we've just gone into age of Aquarius. Aquarius is like the ecliptic, and then you've got the tropics, and Capricorn and Cancer should have been the tropics for 2 ages ago. Taurus, I think it was. So where all, those maps could be from 2 cycles ago. So that this place may be much, much, much different to what we think, to what we've, conceptualized. I think I showed these last time, didn't I? How did that turn up there? I'll skip past. Here we go. I'm pretty sure that's a real person, and I'm not really sure what this setup. Maybe it's an early back massager. Don't know. And here we have a construction pic, of course. I'm not sure what this building is, but as you can see, it's clearly finished, and it's just surrounded by mud. Old buildings here, stuff under the ground. Just what we see everywhere, train tracks. After the deluge. Oh, that one got done. So this is destroying some of the stuff at the World's Fair. And you can see this does look, see how it's cracking? It does look like it's made of wood. And so I think that's what the deal was, is some of it was made of wood and some of it wasn't. I mean, clearly a lot of it wasn't, because we still have some of the buildings standing, but yeah, that doesn't look like it's solid brick, does it? So yeah, I don't know what they were doing back then, but maybe they were, yeah, just facading wood. Who knows? Windmill, anyone? They're going cheap. There's a sale on. 2 for 1. Okay, so this, again, these are just random. This is Medici Medici's. Oh, really? Cologne hotel, something. I think it was a light bulb. We've got a lighthouse. We've got a globe up here, of course. Got our free of bells there. Got our spiral staircase. And can't read that. Can't read French. We can see it's based on a geometric design. Looks like a bit of Phoenician stuff here. They've come in and taken it over, but not destruction in the background. But that looks like what you would, like we see the airships, right? That is like like that. What do you reckon? Is this for airships? Go up and down the stairs, get on the airship, fly away, blah, blah, blah. And is that what lighthouses are? I mean, lighthouses, right? Oh. Look at this. I'm not even sure what this is. It's in the Pyrenees. And just, this guy's doing a bit of fishing, and there's just this massive ancient arch. Just in the middle of all these rocks, tiny little stream, nothing around it. And look at this thing. The Eiffel Tower. Exposition Universalis. 18. Does that say 89 or 88? Was it 89 they had it? So there we go. Big statues in the water. Now that clearly has to be a proper statue if it's got water on it, or else, it would melt. Look at the size of this pole. I mean, why is it that tall? And same thing, top hats everywhere. Everyone looking the same. Massive buildings everywhere. Eiffel Tower. Of course, they said they built it in 1888, wasn't it? For an elevator, to put an elevator in, or to prove that they were safe. Another shot. Look at this thing. I mean, just look at the size of this building. And you can see there's like another, can you see that? Look at this. This is a big building here. That's 3 stories. And look at this thing that wraps around the back. It just dwarfs it. And this is what they could just throw up in a couple of years. Or so they say. This, I believe they built this. All this wooden, construction stuff. And they would have had a hard time getting all that done. But this thing, again, these are all from 1880. There's a top shot. But yeah, look at this construction here, this building. I mean, what is the point of that apart from just having some kind of function for, I don't know, energy? Because clearly it's, it's like a big hallway. Our past. And the past is, catching up to us pretty quick, isn't it? It looks like a hugging building. It's got its big arms out to hug you as you come in. Even this shape here looks, a bit Technasmere-ish, doesn't it? All right. You're still there. I'm sitting here talking to myself. I hope you who we got here? Lou, I'm Created. Quantum Dave, hello. Werewolf, Q-Essence. Brian, hello. Traveling 11 RT. All right. No, you're not alone, RT. We're all here with you. Hey, Kai, how you going? Was that? Theatre is some 310 stuff. Big promenades. Yeah, that promenade was just ridiculous, wasn't it? Another one of Paris. And of course, you can just see this is all, this is a man-made canal. This isn't a river. And just look how built out it is, man. This place is covered. And just old world. I don't know what that is. Looks like a theme park. And of course, you know, where was this photo taken from? You know, in 1888, was it? 1889? Where did they take that photo from? I mean, I guess maybe it was the Eiffel Tower, but I doubt it. Looks pretty high. You know, it looks like maybe from a airship, maybe. Something flying, that's for sure. I mean, this one too, look at this. Same thing, 1880s. Bit of smog around, I mean, or is that just a vanilla sky? Excuse me. But yeah, look at the height of this. Look at all the angles of the roads here. Look at them all, just everywhere. But yeah, where did they take that photo from? You know, 1880s, you know, it's before aeroplanes and that. Yeah, they say they had balloons and stuff. Hot air balloon, maybe, I suppose you could do, yeah. Hot air balloon, maybe. Here we go. Here's a hot air balloon. What do you reckon? Got their propeller on the front, cruising along. Got someone in the background with their mini airship. Yeah, very chitty bang bang, you know, just rip off the wheels and off you go. I do believe that one may be a Photoshop. Yeah, I mean, again, look at look at the size of this building. I'm not even sure what we're looking at here. Let's have a look-see. It's a mosque, composite, something. The Grand Cascade Faux Chinois. Can't see a date. So I think it's France. But look at this building. 1, 2, 3 stories high at least. And look how big it is. And then you've got all this stuff. And again, just geometry everywhere. And, you know, I could see us living in cities like this where you've got all this nature, you know, and the buildings are the smaller part. But as far as the cities that they've turned into that we got today, you know, I think we could do better. These are just some religious pics. I found a couple of them are interesting. This guy's like just flashing his butt. He's like not into it anymore. Is that the evil dude? Is that like a... He looks a bit evil, doesn't it? He's like the bad angel on your shoulder and he's the good one. He's showing you his butt. His butt. All right, these guys, they're up there now. They're tackling dragons. All right. This guy's patting his lion. Pet lions. We see lots of pet lions, don't we? You know, especially with starting back at the Sumerian. Those pictures from the scroll seals. You know, where he's holding the lion. You know, were all the animals a bit nicer back then? Because you see it a lot, don't you? That, you know, they're sort of patting and playing with all those animals around that we would consider dangerous, and they don't seem to care. Again, I mean, this one sort of shows the armor, like what goes into it, how intricate it all is. I'm guessing that's, maybe that's Asian Jesus. I don't know. He's looking a bit off color. He's like, look at me in the eye. Look me in the eye. What's at the back there? Bit of fire and brimstone. Angels, they're all coming down. Yay. What's that word? To, you know, to pay homage, and that's not the word, but adoration, is that what it is? Pay their adoration. I don't want to be disrespectful or anything. Yeah, this one. So look at the background here. Castles. All right, this is Jesus. Okay, and what did they tell us? Did they tell us that Jesus lived in, I don't know, Middle Ages, when there was all these castles everywhere? because we see this everywhere, and it's all green. Now that the Middle East is clearly not green, but all these old pics show it green. And of course, big castles up on the hill has to be always. So the whole, and this is the thing. I mean, I don't know. Does it actually ever describe the environment in the Bible? I mean, or is it just something that's been put into our heads through all the, the pictures and the movies? Like even like Life of Brian. It's set in that time, supposed to be Jesus, and they're just walking around the desert and everything. Everything's. We've got this image that it's all in the desert, but clearly that was. It was not the desert back then. Whenever back then was. And of course, don't kill, love everyone, all that kind of stuff. But massive castle. And this is, I'm not sure what the book was, obviously some kind of religious book, got to do with Jesus and being born and all this stuff. Got his fish hat here. And look where they are. They're inside this massive cathedral. Got the pillars. All right, so there we go. I think that's the end of those kind of religious type pics. This, again, look, I mean, how familiar is this scene becoming? Castle up on a rock that seems to sort of, melt into it, blend into it. It's just like when they're up there, they just, they don't flatten it, do they? They just build onto the rock, and it just seems the hardest possible way to do it, if that's what they've done. But of course, we've got the whole meltage thing too. Not really sure what's going on there. I mean, and look at this statue. What's she doing up there? Looks like the bottom of the pedestal's being worn away. And she's just praying she doesn't fall over. All right, the Louvière. Now this, what was the date on it? Pretty sure it was early, but yeah, check out the lighting there and check out the size of the building they're in. Look at that. And you can see, they've all got their top hats and canes and their long tail coats. So we're talking 1800s here, and it may have been after the 1880s. I'm not sure, but I mean, and this is the thing as well. When electricity came in, it was just suddenly, they'll show you a picture like this and they'll say, oh, but that was 2 years after electricity came in. Well, how did they manufacture all these light bulbs and all the wire and not get all the people who knew how to install it so quickly? Wouldn't that have taken like 20 years back then to set up a new industry? But look at the size of these people. Like, whose building is this? That's what I want to know. That's what she wants to know as well. This is Miss May Martin. And she is a very flexible young lass. I wonder if she lets go here, if she does like a big forward somersault. She's like wound up like a spring. It must be getting late. All right. Domes, anyone? Domes and spires and that. But look at this pic. Now, I don't have a date on this one. Looks oldish. Is that a car? But look how clear it is. It's a very nice, clear photo. Of course, when you zoom in, it's not so clear. But yeah, I think obviously Russia. I mean, I'm pretty sure that's a horse and cart. Back in the day. Second Street between Delaware and Main Streets, May 1869. Mechanics Bank building on the left. There it be. What do you think happened there? The top of this one's poking out the top. And of course, this is Delaware. This is where a lot of regrading went on. And there's actually quite a few pictures like this, like some really just bizarre, pictures of buildings up on just random mounds and just dirt. It's just, yeah, definite mud flood evidence out that way.
Oh, I've got a mute button. Oh, by the way, yes, thank you. If we found the person, I haven't had an email, who sent me this amazing microphone, and is it sounding amazing? If you're out there, let me know, because yes, like I said, I got a message from someone, I think it was in a live or something, who said they'd sent me it, but on the box there was no name and I can't remember who it was. And I really need to say thank you. So show yourself. Trains, right? Why do we get so many pictures of trains like this that either explode or crash or smash? I mean, it's a lot. And this was all, in the 1880s and stuff. I mean, didn't they know how to drive these things? It's almost like, I don't know, like they found them and they were trying to work out how to drive them and didn't quite know. Maybe the boilers weren't made to be boilers. Maybe that's why they kept blowing up all the time. Who knows? But there's something weird going on there, I reckon. Because to put all that money in for them to keep blowing up and you just, keep making them? Like, come on. Look at this. Another really, nice, look at this photo. Very smooth, isn't it? Look at the size of this thing, this obelisk. It's so big that it's big. It's too big for the photo. Look at this. This is a person. No, it's a bit blurry, but yep, can you see that? These are people. Look at these things. I'm not sure. What do you think? Are these lights? They've got the balls on them. But look at the size of the people. I mean, seriously, what was this made for and who was it made for? Because that's ridiculous. And I mean, this looks maybe like it was made for these people, maybe. It's still a bit big, but, then look at this thing next to it. And again, different leveled floors. See this? Like they're about the same height, right? One, what have we got? One, what is that? Two floors maybe? 1, 2, 3, let's say 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's got an extra floor in it. I don't know. There's something going on. I mean, we know there is, but are we renters? Are we in someone else's house? Is the lease up? Tunnels everywhere, and these back in the day, they all had these little train things in them, train tracks and that, and they'd scoot around in them. So again, did they build all these things? How did they get them all down there? It's a lot, isn't it? This is Paris and its environments. This is, whoa. Sorry, just seeing if there's a date here. Number 8, no. Oh, here we go. September 1st, 1870. And can you see what I'm seeing? 1 star, 2 star, 3 star. That's actually another star there as well. And there's another one. And of course, they're calling them all forts at this time. Here's another one. And look at this wall. Paris, look at this, 1880s. See this Starfort wall goes all the way around. Look at this. All up to there, and then it continues. And of course, I've got to have a hill, right? Covered in stuff. Ridiculously sized buildings. Look at this dome. And more stars around the outside. And this is what you find. I mean, gosh, look, God, they're bloody everywhere. They just keep going. Going and going. Starfort World. T-shirts available now. Yeah, these, can you see, like it's a ring of stars around the outside. Around the outside, around the outside. And so these are what I and others call satellite stars. And this is part of the system. I'm not sure how they work in, but you see
the star cities, there's always a star in the city as well. So there'll be one, where's the river? So it's probably going to be up here somewhere, maybe. Have to have a look in a minute. Then you get these stars, like the citadel type stars. And then outside of those, you get like the sort of satellite, like the Cavaliers, just the pointy bits. And so it's all one big system, it's all tied in. We're just not quite sure how. Where's the citadel? Is that it there? Can't see it. Paris has lost its citadel. Well, there you go. But yeah, check that out. So just stars everywhere. And, you know, what are we talking? 240 years ago? And it's ancient history. No one knows about it. So it doesn't take that long. Statue of someone looking cool with very big feet behind him. Don't know who that is. Just more, you know, devastation. This is the kind of thing we see everywhere. These amazing, big, ornate old buildings, finished, looking ancient, but completely finished, and just rubble in the street. You know, the streets aren't even finished. Horse and cart. Everyone dressed the same. You know, and this is a thing I point out a lot. You know, just the street lights are oversized. Look at the size of these people compared to this street light. And they'll probably say, oh, that's, you know, because it was high, it would give out more light. Well, what were you lighting that with? If that was gas light, doesn't matter how high it is, gas lights don't give off that much light. They only go so far. So why were they so high? You know, so this, again, just looks like one of those photos, you know, moving the new population. And this is 1800, so how much is true, how much is not? Here's a picture for Dustin. Got an inlet here with water. This is how they used to sort of suck water in with all these things. And these little, you know, sort of mini dam things, you see these everywhere in rivers. It's like a little sort of overflow dam type thing. A bit of star fort. This again, I think was to do with the water. Well, I'm not sure what that is, but you can see they were all built around water. We know that. I'll do a few more and then I'll have a chat. Oh, look at this guy. He's lost his hands and they've given him new hands. Magic hands. And he's got a spoon. He's a spoon man. I'm not sure what's in this hand, but he can spoon. So he's good to go. He's not looking too happy. But I mean, it's better than nothing. But how do you lose both his arms, I wonder? Yeah. Nothing more needs to be said about creepy old Uncle Sam there. Who is that? Is that Edison? I think it is. Whoa. I mean, just look at the detail in these things. What was it all for? Because all these shapes, these are all technasmia type shapes. All of them. So what really was that? Is that, looks like you can walk up and stand here. See that? This is a stairway and you walk up and you stand like in this machine. And I don't know, what do? You just, maybe it's a healing machine and I don't know, but that looks like a machine, doesn't it, that you stand in, and yeah, it brings down the good energy, the good vibes, good vibrations. I don't know, is that a giant? Giant playing Lego? Just another map. I think that's the World's Fair, actually. Yeah, kiosk at the exhibition. So that's it. Look, this is everything they built, all these buildings. over God knows how many acres. I'll have a look at this and I'll have a chat. Look at the size of this. I mean, look at these columns. Like, I mean, it's not a question of why. That's a question of how. Look at the height of the ceiling. I mean, it's just how tall is that, you reckon? I mean, I don't know. 50 meters? Pretty bloody big, that's for sure. All right. What have I done? Oh, there I am. Oh. All right. Yes, I'm on new software because, yes, they have banned me from Auto main channel. If you weren't here at the start. Corey Anderson, how you going? Woody, how you doing? Ladders were shit back then. They don't make them like they used to. No. Zen Master, Margaret, Conan, how you doing? Adam Weber, balloons tied on boats equals more buoyancy, I suppose. Best cartoon ever. Yes, thank you, Crystal. Yeah, they banned me. So my main channel, I'm banned. They say for 2 weeks from uploading, from doing anything, and they sent a very, very nasty letter, basically saying you're on notice that if we find anything else, we're deleting your channel. And like I said, the video they found was from 9 months ago. I didn't even recognize the title. So I went through and I deleted about 15 videos, basically just anything where I might have said something to offend someone. Then just trying to keep it more history because, you know, if these channels get taken down, then we can't live stream, we can't do all this stuff, we can't keep spreading the history stuff. So links below for Odysee and Bitchute. Odysee is the best at the moment. Go and click the link, follow me on that, and because at this point I'm just going to make videos, and then if I think there's anything dodgy in them, they'll just go on Odysee and they won't go up on YouTube. So it's going to, you know, we're going to start migrating to that channel. And it's the other thing of, you know, we don't want to keep feeding the beast. You know, I mean, YouTube, you know, YouTube is asshole, man. You know, it's the Adjustment Bureau. So we need to get out and support the platforms that are supporting us, and, you know, just our right to speak and have an opinion, because it's not like we're saying anything bad or, you know, calling for, you know, violence or anything. We're doing the exact opposite, actually, but they don't seem to like that. So Odysee, yeah, and my other channel, one of my other channels, the Instant Karma Project, got deleted today. Just no warning. We got a strike last week, I think, and woke up this morning. It's gone. It's just all gone. Just completely deleted. So that is also on Odysee and Bitchute. And so we're going to sort of restart that in a way on YouTube. We're just going to sort of hit, you know, same thing, hit different topics, and then whatever YouTube don't like, they won't get. So, yeah, it is time to start, you know, at least make sure that you've got Odysee, you know where it is. You're subscribed to a few channels there. John Levi's over there. UAP's over there. I've seen a few other channels. And like I said, they can go through history, through the old videos, and they don't even tell you what you do wrong, so you can't even appeal it. They don't tell you anything. So who knows what, you know, they could literally just find a sentence that offended someone and channel could be gone. So yes, make sure you do subscribe. Who we got here? C. Vallis, how you going? I know, right? How dare I think outside the box? I'm not a good slave. I'm a failure. I'm a failure at being a slave, guys. I'm sorry. I'll try and not do better. Land on my feet. Yes, I always land on my feet. Oh, Eric Reza, how you going? Eric the Healer. LVK, hello. Redneck Rebel, hello. Marcus, how you going? Marcus Way. Yeah, community guidelines. Yeah, I know, right? That's all they say. You've broken community guidelines. And I've actually tried to find the community guidelines. They don't even exist. All you get is just pages of just stuff that's just so non-specific that it's just ridiculous. Kai, hello. Son of Overlook. Margaret Walter, Wooden Nichols, where are you? YouTube can't ban GW. What is it? Immune to cancel culture. Yeah, no, you can't ban GW. I mean, and if they do, he'll come after them. I know he will. He'll get his evil minions. Maybe we should pray that they try and ban him. Then he can take them down. He can. GW takes on YT. That sounds like a good wrestling match. I think we need to see that. Yes, it's all garbage. It is. Jam on it. How you going? Who was that? Pushkin Castle. Hello. Weebles wobbles, but they don't fall down. That's right. Got to live on your knee. Live on your feet. Better to die on your feet than live on your knees. Can't let people tell us what to do. The satanic music industry is doing just fine. Yeah, and that's all we get at the moment, isn't it? Just their crap. All YouTuber slaves are going to die from the. Lost that. From the shots anyway. Yeah, well. Well, this is the thing, isn't it? I guess, the people that aren't breaking the rules that YouTube have no problem with. Yeah, well, who knows where they'll be in time. So, I mean, obviously you guys all know that and we can't mention it, but, look after your health. Samson died when he grasped 2 pillars of the temple of Dagon. Yeah, but that's because they cut his hair off. You see, they cut off his power. You can't cut the power. So, John, are you saying maybe that the 2 pillars are what killed him? Maybe he got zapped. Could be something there, but he still got his hair cut off. That's the problem, Got a long hair is strength. Where is the good music from the 70s? I know, Riding Waves. Did you hear at the start? Played a bit of Doobie Brothers. Thank you, Margus. Paleo Mountain Man. The lower they go, the higher we rise. Yeah, exactly. Well, this is, there's 2 ways to rise up, isn't? Well, there's really one, but there's 2 ways people think you can do it. And one's by pushing everyone else down, but that doesn't work. The other's by lifting people up. So obviously we all need to lift up each other, but also that's the thing, we need to lift up these platforms that are supporting us. That's why I don't even really go on Facebook. I still get some messages just because there's some people that I need to talk to on that. But the whole social media thing, I dumped Instagram because of all their policies for infiltrating information. So there's a few more. Yeah, so we're just going to have to find somewhere else, someone that wants us, a nice cozy place where we're welcome, and they leave us nice warm cookies. That's what we need. Pushing cattle. How you going, Alva Billy, the big fella? Get on Telegram, bro. I'm on Telegram. Oh, there's too many. I am on Telegram. It'd be just nice to have one integrated place because seriously, I just get so many when you look at YouTube and then email and then Telegram, Messenger, Facebook, Skype, other groups. There's just so much. But Gab's supposed to be everything in one, like a Facebook with kind of a YouTube and Instagram built in, but it's having growth issues. But hopefully we'll get something, you know, where we can just get everything done on one side. It's just I've got there's just too many. I just can't keep up with them all. All right, where are we? Werewolf. Follow Werewolf on Twitter, everyone. He's the werewolf. Bushwhacking, Woody. Oh, are you going, Woody? Where are you going? Are you leaving my live stream? Have a good day, Woody. And yeah, so if you didn't see Martin's live stream, he's organizing another chat with Max Egan. Did I mention this before? Max Egan, he's spoken to, he's got him on board. He's asked me, he asked Paul Cook, and I believe he was going to ask Woody as well. So I'm not sure. I don't know. I said yes. I guess they'll tell me when it happens. So hopefully that'll come up as well. And I do have more interviews that I'm going to be getting onto soon. Yeah, I've just spent a week getting back into it. Now, let me see. I've just got to work out how to use this. Oh, what do we do here? Should we go have a look at some more photos? Because freedom, right? Freedom. Is that what freedom is? Because, you know, we've been talking a lot about extra land and the north and the south and, you know, different peoples that might be there and different technologies that might get you there. And is that it? Freedom, free the dome, right? Free dome. Is that what where we're getting close to? Oh, what did I do there? Okay, let's have a look. Puppy power with things like this. Because we have all these funny pictures of flight. Most of you have seen these kind of pictures. What's this ball up there for? You know, because these balls, these, you know, orbs, see them everywhere on the tops of all the buildings, on the tops of the spires. They're even on a lot of, you know, those boats that we find without sails. And now they're on top of umbrellas. And of course, what's an umbrella? You know, we're told it's for the rain, but no, but then you get parasols, right? Which is an umbrella for when it's not raining, right? That's for the sun. Why would you need an umbrella for the sun? I don't know. Do you think maybe if you'd been in the dark for a while, the sun might burn you? I don't know. Look at this guy. They tell us hang gliders were invented in the 70s, but this guy was ahead of his time, wasn't he? Cruising along. Looks like Batman's hang glider. That's very, very cool. You know, so this is the thing. What kind of tech was there around? You know, and we have things like this left over. They tell us, oh, it was just a one-off, you know, a hanging train built in the 1880s, I think it was. Still there, this one. It's in Germany. And it's built on top of the canal. It runs on top of the canal. And all we get are remnants now, don't we? And pictures. There's an interview with the guy who's the current, you know, director or whatever of the Empire State Building. And he says, oh, no, it was definitely never, ever used for airships. No. But we've got pictures of airships tethered to it. I've got a picture of the Empire State Building, and it shows it without any floors. It's just a lift going up the middle of it and some stairs. Yeah, they come out and tell you and say, no, that's impossible. I mean, what's this? What's this? See see how big this is? These are people here. So they're standing around the outside, and this is like a rocket balloon, because that fire's coming out the bottom. It's not going up to heat the air. And like they're holding on to it, and when they let go, it goes whee, goes shooting up. And I mean, again, also just look at where they are. Little tiny people, and look at this statue. Look at the buildings. you know. So is this how they were getting it? Is this how they were taking, you know, and this how we got all the photos that we see and the maps that are so intricate and clearly like the ones that we looked at from France? Were they done from, you know, a floating observation deck? Because you can imagine a balloon wouldn't be that stable. And if we're talking photography and you know, the narrative they give us back in that time, they would have had long exposure times on cameras. So you'd need a still platform. And if you're in a balloon, you know, the balloons that they show us, you know, they're not still. They'd be flapping around in the breeze. Oh, we've come to the end of that. Let's get this one, I think, is the good one. And so this was everywhere. Actually, I won't show you. This is actually, I went through these. So I'm going to turn that off because I went through those with that interview with Dave on is it the Felon Show? So go on there and I'll go through. You can see all the photos there. So what we'll do is we'll have a bit more and see what's in here. Where no, this place wasn't built for us. Look at this. I mean, look at this horse and cart. It looks like a toy, and this is going straight into the ground. Looks like it's going below the ground, but I mean, that's just. And this is the thing: when you look into the destruction of the old world, it's all the really, really oversized buildings that they took out first, like stuff like this. I mean, we still have some of them, you know, in Greece and that. But most of the really oversized ones went. And it seems that, again, like there was, you know, 2 or 3 different sized buildings. So does that mean there was 2 or 3 different sized peoples? Don't know. This is a statue. Statue of Babylare. Not sure where this one is from. I think it's from the past. What does that look like? What is the nature of the realm? What does that look like to you? You know, is that something else? I mean, clearly, you know, we have mountains everywhere, and this word, you know, plateau, right? What's a plateau? This is a plateau. Looks very much like a tree stump, doesn't it? That's cut down. So, you know, giant trees with a giant, you know, were we here when there was giant trees? You know, were we the Ewoks? You know, the little people living up in the trees? I mean, I don't know, but that's, you know, really, how does, explain to me, geologists, how, you know, your story of how that forms naturally, because I'd like to hear it, because this is flat. Flat, flat, flat. They were miles high, tree stump, yep. Cedar tree, basalt with tree rings. So, I mean, this stuff's everywhere, right? Oh, video or something, I have no idea. More illumination. It's not the best pic, but you can see these are massive light thingies of some kind, and all along here are lights as well. So, you know, illumination in the old world, you know, everything we've been taught is wrong. They had so much tech, and we know we can see it, but, well, you know, whose tech was it? Because, you know, clearly something weird has gone on, and, you know, we may not even be, you know, from this pond originally. You know, so even in China, in Chinese Tartary, they had these castles out on islands like we see in France and Africa today. So you got a boat out here and it's surrounded by water, because that's where you would build a castle. in the ocean. Of course you would. It's not that there's been a flood or something. Oh, come on, picture. What are you doing to me? What are you doing? Ah. Okay, it doesn't want to be. Nice. Oh, where was that? Oh, maybe that was the end of the pictures. Wow, we got through them quick. All right, what do we got here? Oh, there we go. Check that one out. We're just talking about illumination. So this one, no date on it, but clearly this is, this is pre-1880. These look like fires, but what's all this? Fireworks, maybe? Who knows? Lots and lots of light. That's what it looks like. And I mean, look at the size of the castle. I mean, these are massive explosions. So this is like the top of like a monstrance, and it's the same as the outside, right? This is the same as the outside of a cathedral. This is what we see on the outsides. And this might even be a chair. But you see this in monstrances and astro clocks and all these things. They're all replicas. They're all just different sizes, just different ratios, but the same design, the same features. So clearly this is all, to energize, to invigorate. Look at that. Something they've found. It looks like the top off, I don't know, big onion off the top of a building. But look at this big bit that's going down here. Because it looks like that would, come off a dome. I mean, is this a big, I don't know, cathode or something? And what do we have here? A dome that has been blown apart. See this? This whole building has clearly been smashed, hit by something. But see on the inside here, this metal frame that looks exactly like this one here. But it looks like it's got a dome on the top of it. And of course, when you look at that, what does that look like? That looks like an antenna. Can you guys see this screen properly? Yep. Let me make it. Can I make it bigger? How do I make it bigger? Oh, there you go. That's better. Yeah, so is this, I don't know, what was in some of them or all of them? Have these been taken out? Because is that part of the electrical system to get the current and the charge from out here and bring it down into the building? Because it's metal. That's what it looks like. Don't know. I don't know. Technasmia. So these are the types of shapes. And of course, we see these things everywhere, right? This is all to do with just getting energy and current to follow these shapes, and it basically stores and energizes the energy is what it, So basically that would draw energy and store it and no doubt pump it out somehow. And see how this is like indented in like a speaker. Well, here you go. It's not the future of the city, it's the future of the past. So we really have no idea what's going on. I mean, you could imagine that this is what we're seeing at the top here, right? This is our world. And all this stuff might be under the ground. And this is all looks like all the cool techie stuff, right? Look at this. Because this is what we see, right? Just things going down into the ground, going down into the ground. Airships, planes. And look at this thing. I mean, this is clearly just a drawing. I'm pretty sure this is an artist's concept, but it's pretty cool. And of course, he's incorporated, all this tech. Look at it. He's got his 4 domes here. He's got all the spires, the one dome in the middle, the statue. He knows what's going on. the twin domes down here that representing the twin pillars, and this whole thing really is twin pillars. And this just looks like a power plant, doesn't it? They look like some kind of energy, something. I don't know. Very cool pick. Oh my gosh, that's the end of that one. Keep running out of pictures for you. Let's have a look at some cannons, because cannons, right? And the cannonball, like, do you reckon? Because I mean that's not a cannon. That's just a piece of pipe that they're trying to tell us is a cannon. There's got no, and they'll say it's old and rusted. But when you really look at cannons, they're different. I mean, look how thin the tube on this is, right? That's just like a thin barrel. And look at, obviously, right? Why are they trashing all these cannons? Look at this one. But clearly they're different. Look how thick this is. And it's got its big lug on it, which looks like it fits into something, like a piece of machinery. It looks like they had enough of this stuff that they could just throw it all away. There you go again. Look at this thing in the background. Look at that. That's like an anti aircraft gun. This guy's being naughty and he's being yelled at. Him, shoot him. Oh, they've shot him. Haha, your cannon shall not hurt us now. So the cannon, right? I mean, this is another good point. Not that effective. You got to push this thing. It's heavy. You know, you got to position it, have a shot, say, no, we missed that. Quick, move it, reassign it. Meanwhile, these guys have all got muskets, you know, and they're coming up and shooting and stabbing people. So, yeah, they're not a good weapon, the old cannon. But there was definitely a few of them around. So why were there so many of them? Could it be that they were something else? Because, I mean, you know, the cannon's the same kind of story, you know. Oh, it was invented, then suddenly they were just churning these things out left, right, and center. Enough for everyone, you know. You got a boat? Yeah, sure, have 20. Why not? My coffee's just not cold. Another sip in it. But yeah, what do you reckon? Could these be something else? And if so, what could they be? Because we know they've all got these openings on the back. Is that a clue? That's not a cannon. This is a cannon. Look at this. That's a big cannon. Don't know what year this is, but oh, there you go, Top Hat Man. So back in the day, cannon. Cannon to bang. Does it mean of? Does that actually say cannon of bang? That's great. Yeah, big gun, man, big gun. So yeah. And really, that's just, what is that? A big pipe on a machine that makes it go up and down. Cannons are plenty. You want a cannon? Come to our second-hand cannon sale. Buy one, get two. Oh, I like this one. This is a big cannon. Yeah, look at this. It looks like a second-hand cannon shop. What the hell? And look at these posts. Are they metal? They look metal, don't they? What do you reckon? Of course, we've got the orb on the top. I'm not sure what these things are. But see, these look metal, don't they, right? Look at the top of this. Look at that. So, I don't know. If you knocked this off, and maybe this, you know, ground it down a bit so it was a bit of a lug, chopped it off here, what would you have? Because here again, look at these cannons. I mean, they're like mortars, but see, all these, and they're all the same. They're all exactly the same. I mean, clearly, because, you know, they're going to say manufacturing everything, but these look like machine parts to me. And that would explain why there's so many of them. Because everywhere we look in these old star cities with the red brick buildings, we get these old factory-looking buildings. They're the ones that they turn into apartments. And, of course, they've all got wooden floors because the floors have been put in later. So what do you reckon? I don't know. Charge. No, don't charge me. Freedom. Double-headed eagle there. Flying away. Here we have the tech. They'll tell us that Islamic. Then over here, you've got the crosses. Or maybe they're trying to tell us, oh, this is good with the glory. And they're on the glory side because they're killing people. So was all this stuff just repurposed? I mean, it's on display back in the 1890s, 1900, around that time this would be, and they're already displaying this stuff. It's on show. Why? Is that just because it was already there? Cannonballs. And this is just a schematic of how they... Actually, what this is one of those old... where you can cut them out and you fold it all up and out of paper or cardboard and you actually make the cannon. So that's like a little old toy thing. Again, moving cannons. And look at this. You got this whole army, all with a gun that they can carry easily, and one cannon. And you've got how many people trying to get it up the hill? You got what here? 2, 4, 6, 8 horses. You got about at least 8 men pushing it, and it's bogged. I mean, these things are the most impractical device ever. We saw that the other day too, that picture. Here, this. So the other thing about cannons is they crack all the time. They split. It's not a good thing, and it's the same as the trains. Once one or two of them break, wouldn't you make sure that didn't happen again? Because if you're in war, you don't want to be killing your own soldiers. I mean, look how pitted these are and melted. Look at them. They just... So again, see this. Remember that pole that we looked at? That where was it? Was it back here? That one. This pole here with the bit on top. If you knocked it off there and knocked that off, would it look something like this maybe? Or is that something different? Are these pipes? Oh, this is a cannon machine. I don't know what this is. This is a picture. I do know what it is. It's a picture. Logica Universus. But yeah, it's got all these, but I don't know if you can read it here, but it's all got all these names everywhere, and I'm pretty sure it's got to do with, I think it was the stars. Can't read it right now, but yeah, these are all cannons, and these are cannonballs. Well, what we call cannons and cannonballs. But look, this is going to shoot into this wall. They're not angled very well. I don't know. It's a weird picture. I don't know what's going on there, but is that showing us that cannons are maybe something different, or is it just saying this is a cannon machine and you can't come close? Because, I mean, but how impractical? How long would it take to load something like that? It just, I don't know. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So there's something going on there. It's not about cannons, but yes, who knows? All right, there's still people here. I'm talking away to myself here. I hope you're having fun if you're out there with me. Doesn't tell me how many people are watching. June, hello, Kai, Q Essence. Holy hand grenades, yes. Yes, holy hand grenades. I do have pictures of holy hand grenades. Oh, yeah, so look at this. Big piece of machinery. This is a printing press. But this is a big machine. And all these machines from back in the day were all just solid iron. So again, repurposed. That's a pretty cool machine. I don't know what it does, but it looks very cool. You know, a little train engine here, right? And again, like, is this what this is actually supposed to be? It's got its chimney coming off it, because, you know, they just they kept exploding. You know, is this all just people trying to work out? Because, of course, you know, the word, right, invention, of course, is comes from the root word of inventory, you know, keeping track of things. And this is the kind of machinery we get. And we get all these things like this. So this is the bits, the piping that really could be what cannons are. You know, we don't know. We don't know. Look at the size of that. Because what is that? That's literally a pipe sitting on some wheels. It's not connected to a gun. You know, it just looks like something they've found, doesn't it? Doesn't look like they know what's going on. They're just sort of going, yay, it's a really big pipe. Who knows? Who knows? Columns, maybe. And, I mean, this is, again, back in the 1800s, you know, late 1800s, but look at this tech. They got mud wheels on this thing, but this thing, and again, this thing is solid metal, solid iron. How did they move it out there? And how are they going to move it anywhere? This thing would weigh a ton, and they've got no engines. You know, they can't self-drive them. They've got to move them everywhere. You know, so it's almost like it was, you know, something else, and they just figured out that, you know, if you put gunpowder in the bottom and chuck a big ball bearing into it, you can make them go boom. Here's these small funny ones again. And this is the thing, they're just all different shapes and sizes. You know, there's got holes coming out the side. And I'll say, oh, that's where you attach it to the wagon. Well, really? Wouldn't you just put a solid small lug? Why would you do this big empty, you know, hollow one? What are these top and bottom? I don't know. It just doesn't make sense. I mean, it's just like the rest of our history. It just doesn't make sense. Excuse me. Another photo opportunity. This is a Spanish Civil War. Again, you know, the ball on the end here. Oh, hello, kitty cat. That was my 21-year-old cat. And these handles, you see this a lot, these handles. What's the use of these handles? Are you telling me that two men could pick this thing up? Of course they couldn't. So why the handles? So, you know, what are they for? A canon. So they're all, you know, this is the photo, right? That, of course it's ours. Look, we've got a photo and people there. Le canon. Holy dooly. So there you go. So I don't know what the year here is, but I mean, clearly, I mean, this looks like the 1700s, doesn't it? Look at this thing. They need their dodgy ladder to get up onto it. The volcano. I think this is, this looks like it's a play. Ballet. Yeah, so it's from a play, but still, if you know, it doesn't matter. There's still this cannon. How do they know about this cannon? Did they have them? I mean, what is this? You know, there's anomalies are the norm. You know, they're not anomalies anymore, are they? More destruction. Of course, you can see these everywhere. And of course, what have we got there? But the top of a dome. And what does it look like? Looks like an umbrella a bit, doesn't it? You can see it had a ball on top. And remember the first pictures we looked at with the people flying around with umbrellas with balls on the top. Is there a connection? Can we fly out of here? Can we free the dome with balloons? cannons. Maybe we can get one of the big cannons and we can shoot ourselves out. But again, I mean, just see how they're all different. Look at this. I mean, what is that? A multi-cannon? These people look like they've got no idea what they're doing. It's just like a toy. Oh, let's just play around here. So this is probably the second-hand cannon shop again. Yeah, come and buy a second-hand cannon. Why not? Oh, look at that one's gone. All right. Oh my God. All right, who's here? Hello. Bob Robinson. Oh, you've got a 21-year-old cat too. There you go. Mine's called Tippy. She's completely deaf, and so she meows really loudly now because I think she's got Cat's-Alzheimer's as well. She seems to keep forgetting where her food is, and you've got to sort of pick her up and put her in front of it, and she looks all embarrassed. Mad Pieman, how you going? Yep. Mary Poppins, that's the one. Mercury in umbrellas as well as hats. Hats, do you reckon? Because, of course, Mercury is anti-grav when you spin it in a gyroscope, right? It creates anti-gravity properties. Can you still hear me? I'm sorry, I'm facing away from my microphone. I finally worked it all out, so hopefully the sound is coming through nice and clear. Margaret Walter, hello. Kai, multipass. Oh, pea shooters. That's not a cannon. Mine is Miss B. She's just like a young kitty. Yeah, mine's yeah. Lost her mind. She's like, well, she's got a few dreadlocks now because they get old and they can't clean themselves as well. But yeah, no, she thinks she's a kitten still. Girl from Anatolia. How you going? Sound is awesome. Thank you. Can hear on YouTube. All right. Boom shakalaka. How you going, Brian? Hugh Orr. Giant's whistle. Ah, maybe. Yeah, okay. The sound is awesome today. Awesome. I am human. I am doing well. Thank you very much for asking. Drop the bass. Are you asking me to do a song? Drop the bass. Do. So whose realm could this be? You know, if everything's a bit big, I don't know. What do you reckon? This is Julius, Mr. Caesar. Of course, the father of Caesar sections, also they tell us. And of course, this is an angel or a cherub with wings, but pretty small compared to this dude. He's one of the pointers. Go that way, I tell you. Chemung's predecessors, huge giants, were 7 feet tall and had horns. Wednesday, July 12, 1916. One of the most remarkable scientific discoveries in history. Made here, 68 skeletons of men living 700 years ago unearthed between Sire and Waverley. Men were old at 40. Okay. A queer fellow. He was 7 feet in height. Horns protruded from his skull. His name, given him by the party, is Pithecanthropus. Perhaps he was an Indian, perhaps not. At the age of 35, he was a towering old gentleman. At 40 or earlier, he usually died. So there you go. They're saying that they found giants 7 feet tall with horns, and they only lived to 40. So I'm not sure how they knew that. Obviously, they did bone density or something. So there you go. And this, look, one of the most remarkable scientific discoveries in history. And they just forgot to tell us about it, and the rest of the entire population of the Earth. Are these giants? Normal sized man. Someone scratched his face off, made him look like a bird. But again, here, small women, big women. Wisconsin mound opened. Skeleton found of a man over 9 feet high with an enormous skull at Maple Creek, Wisconsin, December 18. One of the 3 recently discovered mounds in this town has been opened. In it was found the skeleton of a man of gigantic size. The bones measured from head to foot over 9 feet and were in a fair state of preservation. The skull was as large as a half, buble measure. Some finely tempered rods of copper and other relics were lying near the bones. Copper, interesting. The mound from which these relics were taken is 10 feet high, 30 feet long, and varies from 6 to 8 feet in width. The 2 mounds of lesser size will be excavated soon. December 20th, 1897. Excavated soon, but not before the Smithsonian get there. The Washington Times, Monday, July 13, 1908. Giant skeletons found on the coast. Los Angeles, California, July 18. William Derbyshire and Jack Stoneberger. At Chicago, and Robert, Derbyshire of Santa Monica, contractors have unearthed the skeleton of a gigantic prehistoric man at Santa Monica Beach. The skeleton was over 9 feet in height. Hard work uncovered 13 more similar skeletons. 3 perfect specimens were brought to Santa Monica for exhibition and promptly stolen by the Smithsonian. And scientists who have examined them say they are undoubtedly 100 years, hundreds of years old. There you go. The skulls have a formation of an Indian head. Really? An Indian head? Oh my gosh. I don't think we're talking science there. With high cheekbones and other pronounced characteristics. But they're not real, guys, right? Just fairy tales. The New York Times, December 25th, Christmas Day, 1868. And you can't lie to people on Christmas Day. Reported discoveries of a huge skeleton the day before yesterday, while the quarrymen employed by the Sank Rapid Water Power Company were engaged in quarrying rock for the dam which is being erected across the Mississippi River. At this place, found embedded in solid granite, in the solid granite rock, the remains of a human being of gigantic stature, about 7 feet below the surface of the ground, and about 3.5 feet beneath the upper cerarium, is that what it says, of rock, at the upper crust. Blah, blah, blah. The remains were found embedded in the sand, which had evidently been placed in the quadrangular grave, which had been dug out of solid rock to receive the last remains of the antediluvian giant. Well, there you go. So they weren't pulling their punches. They knew in 1868. I mean, this is pretty early, isn't it? 1868. Antediluvian giant. The remains are completely petrified, maybe, and are of gigantic dimensions. The head is massive, measures 31.5 inches in circumference, and very flat on top. The femur measures 26.25 inches. Is that big? So how big's the whole thing? From the crown to the head, to the foot, the length is 10 feet. There you go, 10.5 inches, 10 feet, 1.5 inches. There you go, an antediluvian giant found around the Mississippi, was it, River, 1868. Maybe related to the Cardiff giant. Bones of a human skeleton 11 feet high are dug up in Nevada. So these are all America too, by the way. You may have noticed. And of course, we have the Americas. What's at the bottom of South America? But Patagonia. Winnemucca. Workmen engaged in digging gravel here today uncovered at a depth of about 12 feet a lot of bones, part of the skeletons of a gigantic human being. Dr. Samuels examined them and pronounced them to be the bones of a man who must have been nearly 11 feet in height. The metacarpal bones measure 4.5 inches in length and are of large proportion. The St. Paul Globe, January 24th, 1904. So these things were popping out of the ground everywhere. What? Oh, okay. It's not going to let me make that one big for some reason. New York Times, May 25th, 1882. The bones of a giant found, St. Paul. The skull of a heroic size and singular formation have been discovered among the ruins of the mound builders in the Red River Valley. There you go. Mound was 60 foot. And blah, blah, blah. Perfect species. And I can't read the rest. Giant skeletons unearthed at Athens, thought to have been Indians. Oh, this must be Athens, USA, of gigantic proportions. Athens, December 6, the skeletons of 2 Indians have been unearthed along the banks of Hocking River at the Roach's Mill, 1/2 mile east of Athens. The excavation was made under a large building a short distance from the bank of the river. Unearthed a few feet from the skeletons were many arrowheads, which no doubt were buried with the Redskins. That's not very politically correct. When they were sent either by accident or natural death to the happy hunting grounds. The skeletons were evidently those of gigantic men. Judging by the bones, they could not have measured less than 7 feet in stature. Another one, New York Times. There's quite a few from the New York Times. I think that one we've read before, 700 years ago. I don't know why these aren't letting me blow them up. Beach giant skulls uncovered by WPA workers near Victoria, believed to be the largest ever found in the world. Normal head also found. Giant skulls in Victoria. And of course, then we get back to giant buildings, but also giant artwork. You know, these pieces of art that you see on the wall that are bigger than people. They're all classical art. I mean, yes, painters today do paint on canvases that, are sort of up to 6 feet maybe, but some of these old ones are pretty big. So again, are they evidence of bigger people? This is in the Vatican. Just going to have a drink of my drink. Yeah, so this is in the Vatican. People, ceiling, distance. I mean, it's just ridiculous, right? Look at the size of this thing. This thing is wood. This is carved out of wood. And this looking, maybe giving a bit of credence to what Wise Up talks about, and how everything may have started out as wood and been petrified, because you can see this is wood. Look what they could do. Got all the statues, got all the stuff there. And if that was wood, at the front of a building and it had been turned into stone, you wouldn't look out of place. But this has also got, it's got like a silk, like ceiling thing in it. And it's actually underneath the main dome here. And so there's a concept that, the energy vibration comes down through the dome and uses this as like a, the silk ceiling in this thing as like a diaphragm to create harmonies and to create vibration. So this might be some kind of old music, instrument or something, maybe. Don't know. But yeah, this is the thing, you know, you look at that and you wouldn't, we don't know what that is. You know, the use could be anything. That's why we need to be able to study them. But of course, they don't want us to do that, do they? More giant art. So just, you know, you can see how big these people are and how big these paintings are. They're huge. You know, but of course, if you were a bit bigger, they'd kind of be normal sized. This is New York, is it? I believe. I mean, ridiculous, right? For a train station, why so big? And of course, we have the photos. This guy was the last of his kind. He always looks a bit sad, the poor guy. Obviously Chinese. It's got a wicked long ponytail. Look at that. But yeah, he's in quite a few photos. But actually, I've seen a photo when there's a couple of them, but I think he was the last remaining. And of course, I mean, he does look Chinese, but Asian. Of course, in China, they've uncovered as well. Giant mummies everywhere with blonde and red hair. This is the giant Francis, Armand Bronner Francis. And he was a big dude, big boy. And of course, you know, it seems that back in the 1800s, seems there are a lot more of these giants around. There's a lot of pics of them, a lot. Excuse me. Oh, I keep forgetting I've got a mute button. Again, and there's a lot of photos of these dudes. Are these the last of their kind? Was this their realm, you know? Or did we share it with them? But they sort of got hunted out. Again, giant lady. 8 foot 2 inches. There you go. It's just giants in mythology, of course. Giant doors, of course. And he's saying, yep, the arrow says up, but I just can't get there. Speaker doors, and this again, I touched on this not long ago. Giant doors with smaller doors inside. I think John mentioned it. John Lever, it came from Global Vision, saying, you know, these may not be retrofitted. These may have been part of the original door, and the door made for 2 different sized people. Again, you know, that's not made for people our size. I don't care what explanation you give me. And clearly the whole door proportion, everything. It's just, you know. Hello, are there any giants in there? Fee Fi Fo Farm. Yeah, this is a dude, grave robber, basically. It looks like he's robbed a lot of graves in Egypt, but looks like we've got a few cone heads in there. And if this stuff was going on, just imagine how much, you know, it was a free-for-all, right? Imagine how much stuff is in private collections and that we never get to see. Yeah, I've shown this one before. This is real. It's on an actual church. And it's alien. Giant doors are amazing. Giants walk the earth with us small people. I think so. It's Ziza Zuza Zum. Must be hidden under landfills. Well, I mean, you know, who knows how much dirt's under us and what's down in there. I watch the big friendly giant. Were there truth drops in there, Shinto? Giant aliens, yeah, right. So, yeah, I mean, I don't know how old I don't know. It may have been retrofitted. It's definitely there now. You can see but yeah, it doesn't look the same as this, but it looks the same as this. So who knows? I mean, whichever way, if it was original or not, that's just weird. That's just like, what the hell? And of course, you know, more traditional gargoyles, and It was Kathy at Obsidian Alice who put forward that maybe these gargoyles, they've always got their mouths open. Maybe they're, if these buildings were machines, these may be outputs for, spent water, steam, whatever. It's the stuff that's coming out that you don't want to get underneath. Oh, geez. Yeah, there you go. That's an angry Phoenician. Don't know what's going on with his stomach there. God. But, yeah. Scariness. This is Robert Wadlow. Is that his name? Wadlow? I mean, he was... See how skinny this dude is? Like, look at his shoulder. He's just... And he's got that funny shape, almost like Akhenaten, the big hips and the funny sort of shape. So that's like thyroid gigantism. He's got a problem with his thyroid. He's getting too much hormone. So he's not a real actual giant because he started breaking down before his 20s. He needed, leg splints and walking sticks and that because his body just couldn't support his weight. So he's different to people like this who look in proportion, just look like us but bigger. This dude was a big dude. I mean, look at him. He was just but that's the thing. He was just, a naturally big dude, and he was a giant, just like a naturally big human, but he would just happen to be a giant. And of course, this is the shot, the tallest man in the world, shortest man in the world. But he was quite famous. He was French. This is our, what is he, Russian soldier? But I mean, look at the size of that guy. So, they definitely were here. Joseph, we haven't got the names, Joseph Duzork, the beefeater. And of course, even when you go back into antiquity, we get so many depictions with different sized people. Another one. And, you'll notice that these are also all different nationalities. This guy looks kind of Indian, from the Vedic regions. And we've had, we had a black woman. We've had obviously white people. We had that Chinese, Tartarian. So it's not like, it's like they would just, I don't know, just a bigger version of us. I don't know how or why it happened, why there's different sizes, but I mean, we get pygmies, right? Well, we definitely had pygmies. So we know there were smaller people. Here we go. Here's this Chinese Tartar again. And again, he just never looks, he's got this air of sadness about him, like he knows he's the last of his kind. And, they kind of give him a good life, because he's a bit of a, freak, I guess. But, yeah, I think he knows what's going on and he's trying to get the best he can. Again, pictures like this is from back in the day. This guy's even saying, look how tall he is. And see this guy, who does it look like? All right. It looks exactly like this guy. Doesn't it? So, that's a photo around the turn of the century. And then we get this picture from back in the 1700s, maybe 1800s. And here someone who looks the same clothes even. And this guy's clearly pointing to his height. And these guys as well, clearly big peeps. And of course, the giants. And this is the thing. Now, I'll put this in because if you go and search giants, this is what you get. Unless you click on fantasy, then you might get some actual pictures. But they do this so much, and Disney love to do it with movies like El Dorado, which was a city of gold, right? You try finding information on that, and it's just Disney everywhere. And so they it's how they sort of obfuscate, So when, one, so people don't accidentally come across the info, but 2, just to make it hard and changes all the algorithms. Middle Eastern giants. Big boys. Mummies. Giant mummies. This one was toured around the United States. They toured it around for a few years. They ended up putting it in a casket with formaldehyde, I think. I think it disintegrated or something. Yeah, so more gargoyles, is this keep away? Is that a keep away toxic sign? Because this is the other thing about all these buildings and all the stuff on them. It's all symbolism, isn't it? You could read them. That's Bill Gates, I think. Bill Gates? Yeah, I think it is. The Ark, again, I mean, this is World's Fair. This is, gosh, it could be St. Louis. It might be Chicago, was it? But, I mean, just look at the size of these people. This is, I mean, it's just to the points of ridiculousness. I mean, look at the size of this statue. How did they even, how did they lift that statue up there? This is pre-industrial, well, pre-machine, not pre-industrial revolution, but the industrial revolution. They didn't get motors out of that, but that's just one little part of the World's Fair, that they built. Okay, so this is this a video? Well, let me play it. Don't know. This is that, yeah, the Trump thing where he had the giant. This is 1500s. Well, obviously a drawing of that event, and you'll see these people look quite tall. He's got, compared to these guys, I think they're about to get a walloping. It's like, are you looking at our naked women? We have big clubs. These guys are out taking out a shit with bow and arrows. They've even hit to the water. So yeah, I don't know. Patagonia, maybe. Yeah, he sees you. Oh, there you go. Something went wrong. Seriously wrong. All right, let me bring this over and see how you all are. Whoa. What do I do? What do I do? What do I do? There we go. All right. Hello. How is everyone? Now, I can't see how many of you are here because I'm using a new program. So hope it's working okay. All right, Denise, how are you going? Bones that were found near the Anasazi ruins showed signs of chewing and scraping, but they don't tell you that in the open. They were known as ancient enemy by the native people. Yeah, there's that story of by the Native Americans that of the giants that they found, well, that lived in a cave, and they used to come out and attack the village every now and again and steal people and children and go and eat them. And in the end, the Indians had to go up and they made a big fire at the start of the cave to try and smoke the giant out. And they ended up killing him. He never ended up coming out. Ralph, I'm going well, mate. How are you going? Thank you. Say it ain't so creepy. Joe's a creepy man. Oh, wow. Love that background. Oh, okay. My tree. Woohoo. Thank you. Unfortunately, it doesn't cover the whole wall, but it's definitely better than my ugly painted wall. Oh, there you go. 313 in chat. Thank you, Dustin. I was just wondering. All right. Thanks, everyone, for joining me. Human are like chicken wings, only going deep fried, not much meat on them. Or only good deep fried. What? Humans? Oh, my gosh. Hello, Jim Ball. Is that me? Hello, Margaret. Girl from, Anatolia. Looks like if I sit in the middle of it, I've got to move my, oh God. Better not touch that. Everything will fall apart. Oh my God. What happened to the light? Well, see, oh my gosh, I touched something. Took me so long to get everything working. Now I shouldn't be touching anything. Nice colors. Thank you. Oh, did it just go dark? It went dark on my screen. Is that better? There we go. All right. Thank you, Alpha Billy. Everyone use Y2Mate or something similar to download any videos you like. Yeah. Well, exactly. Yeah, if you do find good content, and a lot of people are doing that. I've noticed. There's channels on, Bitchute and Odysee, and they're literally dedicated to grabbing the good videos and re-uploading them, and that's something anyone can do too. You know, if you're not confident or you don't have the equipment to make your own videos, that's just find the information and repost it. And yeah, like someone said, I missed them. Re-upload them onto platforms that won't take them down. Admiralty law, we understand, that the pirate in question, Mr. Russell, went to the Vatican and cut a deal. Russell Gould, claiming that he was the rightful owner of our title. We strenuously object. I know something went on with Russell just recently, and I'm not up on it. But yeah, I mean, the thing about the law and admiralty law is you can't fight from within the system. The system created the law, and they created the law to make sure that they always win. That's what it's there for. So, I understand all these people trying to work out, all the loopholes and how do we get out of this? But the loophole is the law itself. That's the loophole. If you acquiesce and admit and say, yes, we come under your rule, well, then that's the problem there. So I don't see remedy within that system. I just don't think that there's any remedy within the system, because in the end, you're asking for permission. No matter what and no matter what about words and punctuation and what should go where and how to say stuff and how to talk to people. It's still the system. And if it's true, if someone can get in and take over as, Postmaster General, well, then their next deed should be to destroy the whole system and to collapse it, because that's why I'm in lockdown. And that's why everyone else has been in lockdown. That's why everything's happening. I don't think we can win from within their system at all. Yes. Did I see the Russian banner in Flinders Street Station? What? Are you serious? We love communism, the better future for God's humanity. What? Flinders Street Station? No way. Now, Flinders Street is Melbourne, yeah? Is that correct? I'm pretty sure it is. Really? Oh my gosh. Hoist them on their own petard. Yes. If walls could talk. Yes. I know, right? If the dirt could talk, it'd probably just say, dig here. Ship high in transit. Site. Oh, that reminds me. I did have one thing. I like writing down words. What have I got here? Yeah, so freedom, pandemic, pandemonic, demon, Pan the demon, the hoof man with the horns, pandemic, Pan the demon. Obviously we've got breakfast, his breakfast, Christmas, his Christ Mass. This is how they get two words and make them into one, like his story. Fasting, what I've written there, fasting, fast speed, but it's also not eating, it's cleansing your body. So what's fast? A fast way to heal? Not sure. Charge, who's in charge? Of course, the enemy's charge. Batteries charged. forts are also called batteries. Then you get charged with a crime. They charge you with a crime. Statue, static U. Is that what a statue is? A static U? Chimney. Chimney has the word chime in it. Chime, N-Y. So chimneys, obviously tall things. Did they have something to do with, chimes, bells, belfries, something? What else have I got here? Trained thought. Asking is as king. So when you so kings ask questions, slaves answer them. So when you ask a question, you need to ask as a king, and that's a good thing for law as well. Ask as a king. Stand in your power, and you should be answering. Basically, the thing is, you ask them a question and you stay on it until they answer it. And if they ask, and you ask the questions, and they will always try and deflect it, and you just ask like a king. That's not what I asked. This is what I asked. What's the answer? And if you do that, if you just stay on them one question, you'll probably win everything if you ever need to go to court. Of course, court is, you go to court when you get caught, don't you? And of course, we have our amazing English words where, there, fair, and ferrous metals, ferrous, wards. I've said this before, the wards, forward, to ward off. Together is actually to gather. I just changed the A to an E. Together, to gather. Fascination. Fascies? The Fascies nation? I don't know. Who knows? These are just things I write down. Imagination, right? Magi nation. The magic nation. Water is a medium, and a medium is a psychic. And they always love to say, things like, are you on board with this idea? Ship, right? Admiralty, are you on board with this? Because if you're not on board, then you get a stern talking to, don't you? Take you up the front of the ship. What else I got here? Tor, to twist, to distort, Taurus, of course. So referring to his gods, to twist or to distort God's law. Those aren't just stuck on there. What? I have no idea what I'm writing. Tor, to twist. Yeah, right. Tor means to twist. Gross. Torture, right? Torture. Taught. Not very nice. What have we got down here? Narcs keep goalposts on wheels. Bondage. Only if you let them. Yeah. Exactly. Man overboard. Yeah, I'm with you, Callum. Let's jump. Doctor. Yep. Doc and where'd it go? Document. Yeah. And also to doctor a document, isn't it? And so I guess, to doctor is to change, isn't it? To change. But we think that a doctor is someone who heals, but they don't. They change. Ooh. History. Yep. His story. Having nothing to base. Having nothing to base. What does that mean? Giants. GI ants. I'm thankful we don't live amongst the GI gnat. Antillians of the past. Oh, who are they? Twirling towards freedom. Yeah, yes. With that Taurus torsion field. Separated and brought together, hand painting medium minions. SOS. Careful. Am I saying words that are going to prick up YouTube ears, am I? I'm the captain of my vessel. Yes. And no private will board me. Of course. Yep. King of your own castle, captain of your own vessel. Taurus, yeah. Taurus is a donut shape. That's what it is. The Taurus is the base shape for everything. energy. Basically, it's all toroidal fields, including us, including our energy field. Homer loves Tauruses. He eats them all the time. 1, 2, buckle my shoe. 3, 4. Pick it up off the floor is what it says. I am Jesus is I am sans I. What? Jesus equals I am. Gosh. I am sans. I don't get it. Jesus. Yeah. I mean, a lot of people say it comes from Zeus as well. Jesus. But then that's playing with the word Jesus, but Jesus, of course, wasn't what they called him. It was Iasu, wasn't it? Which is pronounced Jesus, I guess. Seriously, Masonic. What's Masonic? Yes, they all are circles in the sandbox. Extraterrestrials is an interesting one. The word, extra land. More land, extra, more territory, terrestrial. Territories, terra firma, land. So extraterrestrials are people who come from more land. That they're not called extra spheres, extra sphericals. At extra land, not off plane. Oh, I just saw that randomly. Yeah. I think there is extra land. Even that picture I showed of they said it was Air Force One, and it had a picture of the Earth, and it had Antarctica, but it had another whole landmass in the Pacific, because you see the Pacific is like half. Well, when they show us the ball, it's literally more than half of that. The sphere. And on the other maps, it's almost half of the size of the map. And planes don't fly over it. As far as we know, ships and stuff don't go. So there could be a big continent out there. How would we ever know? How would we ever know? We just wouldn't. Everything we know, we've been told. Unless we can get the airships back and get out there and have a look, then it's all secondhand info, isn't it? Jesus was, yes, you are. Jesus, I like Jesus. He was cool. He had good teachings. Of course, the Bible's not Jesus. That's something different. But some of his teachings definitely have come through. Hello from Hamilton, Ohio. Hello, Skylarker. How are you going? Thank you for joining us. Devil lived. Yep. Devil backwards is lived. Evil, live. And of course, take the D off. Devil, it's evil. Add an O to God and it's good. So, the devil is evil. God is good. 5, 6, pick up sticks. All right. 7, 8, don't be late. 9, 10, do it again. All right. Oh, yeah, right. Do it again. Get in the cycle. Programming from a young age, isn't it? J Armstrong. Everything when you start looking at it, it's just. But we can recognize it. At least we can recognize that it is a program, because you can't fix a problem unless you know there is a problem, right? And I guess that's what we're seeing is a lot of people don't see any problem at the moment, and we're like, hello, that there's a train hurtling towards you, that might be a problem. So it's a bit weird. It's a very strange time to be around, but all we can do is focus on what we want. Smile, everyone, be nice. Don't judge. They get to make their own decisions just like you do. And we just got to focus on what we want and moving forward that way, and creating bigger, better things, and also making sure that, at this point, you want some kind of a backup plan. Like it's all well and good to believe that everything's going to be great and put all your energy into it, but you should also, like one of my favorite, philosophies, sayings is believe in everyone, count on no one. And it's the same with everything. It's the same with,
with this situation. Believe it's going to, put your energy in and believe and hope it's going to work out well, but prepare just in case it doesn't, because it's like, I like sayings. It's like when you go out and it might rain or it might not. And, my boys will say, oh, should I take a jacket? I'm like, well, yes, because it's better to have it and not need it than to need it and not have it. So the same with an escape plan. It's better to have it and not need it than to need it and not have it, because, this period, this whatever we're in, transformation, whatever, this could go on for a year. It could go on for 2 years. We don't know. It could go on for 3 days. We really don't know. But like I said, it's always best to be smart. Yeah. Plan for the best. Plan for the worst, depend on the best. Is that what they say? Feels like Saturday. It's Friday night here. It's almost Saturday. No common sense anymore. No, there's no common sense. And this is the thing, right? Common sense isn't really that common. Believe nothing that you hear and only half of what you see. Exactly, Brenda. Yeah. And I used to always think about that, because they say believe nothing you see and only half of what you hear. That's telling you like 3/4 of the stuff at least is crap. I don't believe anything you see, especially if it's on the TV, because it can be manipulated. We know this. Jesus walking on water could just be the defeated maritime law pirate. So, well, there you go. Maybe that's a very good point. Vividness, Vivi's mess. Cool name. Yeah, that could be. It could be an analogy, or like a what do they call those stories in the Bible? I'll remember in a minute. Yeah, of him defeating maritime law, rising above it, walking all over it. It's a very good point. Hey, bro, I have you as the one guy on Mewe. It's funny. Oh, thanks, Isabella. That's another platform, is Mewe. And I do try and get there. I went there the other day and had a bit of a look. It's just too many platforms for me to get to them all. It's like if I spend time doing all that, then other stuff suffers. So I've really just got to make a decision of, do I keep putting out content and researching, or do I spend time talking? So I know I should get on and in the chats more, and I shall endeavor to do that more. Yes, Hugh, we are the resistance. If you are hearing this message, you are the resistance. We're in between ages. This is the dawning of the age of Aquarius. It sure is. So let the sun shine, right? God's referred to as the I am. I am in French is Jesus. Really? Well, there you go. That's what they say. I am the truth, the light, the way. Oh, thanks, Dustin. You've got Mewe. Awesome. Yeah, this is the thing about, Jesus's message is it's clearly been distorted. When you look into what he actually says, he says, these things that I do, you will do as well and more. So he's not. He says he's the Son of God, sure, but he never says that means that we're not the sons or daughters of God as well. So my view on Jesus is not this, that he is the way and you need to go through him and that's the only sort of key to get to heaven or whatever. When he says I'm the way, he's like, who I am, the way I act, the energy that I give off, the way I treat people, that's the way. Be like me, act, pick out the traits that are good and mirror those, try to emulate the good parts of who I am, and that way you will get to heaven. Because this is the thing about heaven and hell. what is, you know, as far as the concept of good and bad, that could be closely tied to, you know, reincarnation. And because, you know, it's all up here, right? If you live a life and it sucks, then that's hell. And if you live a life that's really good, then that's heaven. So, you know, you give out the bad karma, you may just come back in a situation that is not very nice, and you'll go through hell. You know, because I don't believe in one life and eternal damnation and all that kind of stuff. It doesn't make sense if it's an all-loving creator God. Doesn't make sense. You'd get one chance, and if you blow it, you're stuffed. And, you know, of course, you know, all the people who never got to hear the teachings and lived and died their lives, you know, it's a little bit harsh. They go to hell because they just never came in contact with the Bible, and Jesus was the only way to get there. So yeah, I mean, this is the thing. You know, I don't mean to offend anyone, but I know there's a lot of, you know, Christian people out there. But if you believe different to me, then that's fine. That is fine. Isabella loves me. Oh, thank you. I can't. What? Because I like you, I can't save you. Oh, I will complicate you only. I will chew it up and leave it after finding. What? What are you saying to me, Isabella? Oh, is that part 2 or something? You love me because I like you. I can't save you. I will complicate you only. I will chew it up and leave after finding a center in you. I have no idea what you're trying to say to me there, Isabella, but thank you because you love me. And there's lots of comments here. Oh, Scotia. Jeffrey Griffin, hello from Scotland. How you going, Scotia? Scotland, named after the Princess Scotia, who was Egyptian, I believe, and I think she was married to like a Greek dude. And they became the king and queen of Scotland. Yep, it's all about control. Matt Jones, Christ in Greek is also Christos, which is the the oiling spine, and like chrism, is that what they call it? Chrism oil. Turning the 7 churches or chakras, the little wheels, on one by one until it hits the third eye. Like Kundalini rising, chrism oil. Exactly. And this is the thing, when you look into these, you know, the teachings and the words and things, when you go deeper, then, you know, the narrative we're given, there's so much more to it. It's like the land of milk and honey. You know, I used to always wonder, what does that mean? The land of milk and honey. That's your pineal gland, and it's talking about excreting the different what are they called? The bits that they excrete. The milk and honey is like the oil and the someone help me, but you know what I mean. So that's the land of milk and honey is your third eye, and it's the same thing. It's all got to do with awareness and energy and chakras, breaking through, all this kind of stuff. So there you go. In my opinion, where'd that go? Zeus, Jesus, both sons of the head god Titan. Yeah, it's a very similar story, isn't it? I'm actually, Brenda. Oh, I love you too, Brenda. Thank you. I've had to move my camera down, so I'm not purposely not looking at you. It's just that it's down there. The Greek gods are on the list of Atlantean kings. Really? I was looking into the Olympics. So there's I'm halfway through a video on that. That'll be coming out, and the whole Olympic thing is very interesting because the ancient Olympics, basically, they say that Zeus started it, and I've got an article where it actually says Zeus was a real king, a real dude living in 1200. But the whole story of you know, the War of Olympus, right? Mount Olympus, Olympus, and like the story is like the new crew, the sons and the younger gods fight the older gods because they don't like their ways. They want to change things, and they end up winning. And so that may be an analogy, a big story of what actually went on. why there was a change of power. Maybe, like, and if you tie that into things like the fallen angels, if the Titans, if the young ones that wanted to change things, and that they could also be, like the fallen angels who were trying to break away. They ended up winning, and they, weren't that nice, and ended up, they were the Phoenicians or whatever. And it doesn't necessarily mean that they were the children of the other ones. It just means that they were a different group of people, and we've been, it could be like father race, and a new race comes in and takes over, or the parent race. So, there's all these stories that we're told are myths, I think are really the truth, and everything that we're told is the truth is probably a myth. It's like the city of Troy, right? It was a myth. It didn't exist. It was just a story until they found it. Yes. Oh, Margaret, I hope your headache is better. Channel Levette has good info on astrology and relates it to what they do in the scripts they run. There you go. What it's called? Levette. Levette, if you want to get into some astrology. I find it odd. Zeus and Satan are both from Saturn. Satan and God have much more backstory than we know. Yeah. I saw something. I didn't watch it, but it was from the Farsight Institute, and they do like remote viewing, but they do it very scientifically. They actually work for government agencies and stuff. And I just saw a video, and it said Zeus was not good, and he was a liar and a thief and all this other stuff. So, who knows? Saturn, Satan. Aftermath sprang what? Oh gosh, I've got to light my eyes. Art mouse sprang from his forehead. Artemis sprung from his forehead. Michael Jordan remembers his dad. Does he? What does that mean? Where did that go? Travolta taught God what? Levette is on point. There you go. Bible Babble. The story of Leto and the Swan. Deanne, hello. How you going? Glad you could join us. Edge of the Earth. The dome atmosphere is lower and therefore thicker, maybe. Maybe. The dome atmosphere is lower. Yeah, yeah. So this is the thing. Operation High Jump, all this stuff, there's clear, that looks like they found something, because Admiral Byrd, went out to the north and to the south, came back, said, oh, there's land everywhere. And within a couple of years, we had the Antarctic Treaty, the Arctic Treaty. Suddenly UFOs started being seen everywhere. And of course, this was just after the war and the whole German thing and New Schwaberland. It's just, when you look into this, we're just being so lied to. It's ridiculous. Our collective energy is unstoppable. Very inspiring. Love to you all. Thank you, Q Essence. And yes, our collective energy is unstoppable. 007 did a good video the other day, so go check out his. I'll drop a link in the description as well when I'm done. And he was just sort of showing all these revolutions that happened around the 1800s, and he was looking into why they failed, and every single one, the reason that they all failed is because people weren't united. They didn't stand together. These whisperers and that got in and infiltrated them and split them up. And so that's it. The only way forward is to stick together. And if anyone at any point sells out at all, then that's it. They lose. They just get booted, never to come back in. We've really got to, find out who these dancing devils are and point them out and let everyone know who they are and tell them they're not with us, because they're just the infiltrators who split up and destroy it all the time. They go in and spread all their lies and their crap and their deceit, and they split up. Division, divided we fall.
I'm jolly. That was good, Theo. Do you know Theo means God? Theo, perhaps it's the North inhabitants keeping us out. Well, this is the thing. I mean, yeah. See, I mean, humans aren't the problem. Humans are great. It's just the rulers, you know, the parasites that are the problem. So, you know, if there's people out there and they're blocking us in here with these parasites, it's a bit mean. They could come and help out, you know, because there's not many of them they need to take care of. Just, you know, I'm sure none of us want to do anyone any harm. Look up Corey Bantz. Is that a channel, Margaret? Corey Bantz, Bantes. Are you immune from infiltration? Me? No. They shut down my main channel and deleted one of my other channels. I'm very infiltrated. And, you know, the channel they deleted, like literally we hit 1,000 subscribers a few weeks ago. So it was tiny, you know, 30 or 40 videos, it's tiny. And we've been harassed for like the last 6 months. And everything we said was all done in parody, you know, but they just can't take a joke. Empty net, fence walkers, yeah, fence walkers need to be pushed. You know, these people who don't know where they want to stand, they've got to be told, well, if you don't know where it is, then it's clearly not here. So off you shall fuck, because we have no more fucks to give. No more fucks to give to you. And you know, that's where it is. You know, we're a year into this, and everyone gets their choice. And if that's what people choose, that's fine. They just need to understand that they need to put up with the consequences of that decision, and that's what people don't like. And everyone loves, you know, to make decisions and have choice and all this power. But then when you say, well, you know, with great power comes great responsibility, like, you know, you actually then now you have to deal with any consequences of these decisions. I don't like that. And this is, again, what we got. This is what this is. We've got to grow up. We're growing up and saying, you know, nanny state, mum and dad, we don't need you anymore. We can walk on water now. We can walk all over you in your maritime law. Never trust a guy named Dick or Bird. Yeah. You get arrested for that in some countries, you know. Letting your dick fly free. Yep, I agree, Dustin. Zero given. Yes, that's a good song. I have no fucks to give to you. Dukes, put up your dukes. Like Frank Dukes, hey? Frank Dukes. Never trust a guy named, yeah. Oh, sorry, you said that. I just read that. Brian, I saw an open net. Didn't you just say that before? What are you trying to get through? WW, where's the Waldo game now? It should be where's Queenie and where's, you know, all these people, right? All these actors and singers and you know, rich folk, where have they all disappeared to? Long hair, don't care. Woohoo! Yeah, long hair is good. Long hair, it's like Avatar, right? It's a plug-in, plugs into the ether and charges you up. Never trust a guy named Richard Cranium. No. You know, never trust a man named Mr. Kerr, especially when his first name is Wayne. You know, or you know, never trust a man called Mr. King, especially when his first name is Wayne. Shinto, Electric Spark, Archangels. Yes, Archangels, or is it Archangels? The Archangels, Technasmia, the angles of the arc. I don't know. What do you think? Is the arc, you know, a rainbow is an arc, right? So four angels, four corners of the world, two arcs going across it, holding something up, maybe. I don't know. You know, who knows? I mean, this is the thing. At this point, It's anything's on the table. I mean, look what is going on. We clear, like, it's just so clear that what we believe is reality is just not. It's just a game. And the stuff that's coming down the line that people just will not believe, because we've been kept in this box, in this paradigm so long, with this tunnel vision that no wonder people can't see. Some people believe that what they see on telly is the real world. They believe, or they at least never question, that they have to grow up, go to school, get a job and work for their whole life. They just think, well, that's life. That's just, I don't know, that's just what happens. They never question it. They never think about it. And so they're still just going through the motions. And yeah, clearly insane. I saw a video the other day and someone was swimming in a pool and you could just sort of see the back of their head and they're swimming around. Then they pop up and they've got a mask on. Swimming. So at this point, they're really just playing games with us, just sort of how far can we push these people? Just checking the time. Oh my gosh. Have I been talking for like 2 hours, have I? This doesn't have a... Oh my, really? 2 hours and 40 minutes. Oh my gosh. See how much fun it is hanging with you guys? Time flies when you're having fun. So, yeah, I might need to wrap it up in soonish. We can hang out for another 5 or so, but wow. It's 1:45 here, and I do need my beauty sleep. Lots of it, as you can see. Mike, how you going? Most I see are angles. Are angels who don't know you. Yeah, well, that's a good point, Brian, right? It's that's who these people are. They're people who don't understand who they are and what their power is. And so they keep giving it over because they don't understand that they're doing that. They don't understand the game. And it comes from, humans are trusting. Humans don't want to believe. It's not so much that they don't want to believe that they've been duped, but they don't want that either. Obviously it's easier to fool a man than to be convinced that he's been fooled, but they just don't want to admit that there's bad things out there. They want everything to be nice and fluffy, and that's fair enough. Everyone does. But at some point, I mean, who knows? And who knows? Maybe they don't have to do anything. Maybe we'll do all the work and drag them through with us, and they'll just be like, "Yeah, well, there you go. I'm still watching Netflix." I'm jolly. Michelle has a big caucus. Oh, where'd that go? Good day. Work already. Superb job. Can we stretch right down to the ground? Don't know what it is, Michael. I mean, if it's physical, it could be energy. Because this is the thing as well about, an atmosphere, right? An atmosphere, as far as we know, can only be created if it's contained within a contained space. And this is obviously one of the problems. They tell us, oh yeah, there's atmosphere and this is air, and then suddenly this is the complete absence of air. There's no barrier though. This is the whole story about space. Is the thing is it needs to be contained. So, is that what the dome is? Just to contain an atmosphere, but what's it made of? We don't know. Does it move? Can it be moved? Is it a frequency thing? It could be, like these, sci-fi movies you see, and it's like a frequency. And some people can get through it and some people can't. Unless you're vibrating at the right frequency, then you don't match it and you bounce off it. Maybe that's what the dome is. Maybe that's how you get in or out. So maybe all these low vibration people they know where it is, but they can't get through it. And that's why they don't want us going there, because we probably will make a jailbreak. Oh, really, son? King 777, how you going? Valley Park, say hey, how you going? Good to see you. Okay. Where did it? There's 2 domes. Some say, yeah, well, some say there's 7 domes.
If you look into sevens, we have 7 chakras. Obviously, there's 7, and so there's 7 levels of the auric body, whatever you want to call it, the human energy field, the aura, and of course, everything being a fractal. If you look into ancient Egyptian and also Vedic sort of religions, they talk about, 7th heaven, right? We've all heard like the 7 heavens and that. It's the same thing, like 7 different levels of, whatever consciousness, vibration, frequency. It could be domes. We don't know. This is why we ask questions. Barbara, how are you going? Thank you, Barbara. Thanks for being here. Deanne, Cape Town is stunning. There you go. I've heard Cape Town's got a really nice star in it too. Very nice star. Well, good vid would be the Tesla. Good vid would be Tesla crashing the dome. Yeah, well, as long as we don't need the dome, maybe we don't want to crash it. Maybe we just need, maybe the way out is in. Maybe the inside and out through the tunnels. I don't know. I mean, maybe the north is in the dome with us. Maybe there's extra land and people in here with us. Maybe they know how to get out. Maybe it's portals. Alibaba, how you going? Nice to see you. We're going well. James, the Bible is supposed to be our manual. Yeah. Yeah, so the thing is with the Bible is God didn't write the Bible. We know it's been manipulated. We know it's been changed. I mean, there's so many Christian religions now, and every single Christian religion that's not, is Catholic the first one? I'm not sure, but whatever wasn't the first one, they've all been created because they wanted to change what was said in the Bible. That's the only reason that they left the original church, is they didn't agree with something, so they wanted to change it. And so they started their own church and they changed it. And so this is the problem. Once you get men, and then this is not even, approaching the topic of, the Jesuits and Josephus Scaliger translating all the texts. All the Bible wasn't written in English. It's been translated so many times by people that we know want to control the narrative. And even if they didn't, that they wouldn't be translating things that didn't put them in a good light. So we just don't know. It's a book. I mean, there's truth in it, but it's one of those books that, if my opinion, this is just my opinion, if you're going to read it, I would read it for yourself. Read it for yourself. Ask yourself what it means. Because if God's true and Jesus is true, then they will come and tell you what it's supposed to mean. You don't need a man in a dress with a stupid hat on telling you how to decipher and how to interpret the words of the Bible, the words of anything. And when you learn who these men in dresses really are and what they get up to, they're the last people who should be telling anyone how to interpret anything. So there's definitely a lot of truth in it. Don't get me wrong. I think Jesus was way cool. I think everyone should have to read the Bible, because there's so much, just basic good stuff about ethics. And we need that core base of ethics, of course. But when it becomes a be all and end all and a handbook to life, and there's people who are like Bible literal, that's what they're called, literalists. Literalists. I can't remember his name. He's a flat earth researcher. Rob, what's his name? Rob with the beard, flat earth, Christian guy, really smart guy, really intelligent, does all this research. But his rule is if he finds anything, any information, doesn't matter what it is or how much information there is, if it contradicts the Bible, he throws it out instantly. And to me, that is kind of cutting off your nose to spite your face, because it does say in the Bible, does it not? Leave no stone unturned. So it's, it's like anything. I mean, it says in the Bible too. I mean, Jesus said, don't build temples to worship me in.
Jesus held his churches or gatherings under trees. And this is, and that's not even getting into the wealth of the Vatican and all this kind of stuff. But as far as the words of God, the way I look at it and the way that I, deal with it, I guess, is I always bring it back to me, and I always ask myself, what does it mean? I always listen to that quiet voice, the soft voice. You listen to that one, and understand it's not going to give you an answer as soon as you ask the question. You ask the question, then you just wait, and it'll turn up. And when it turns up, you'll know it. And that way, you're either, you're living true to yourself, aren't you? Because you're either listening to yourself or to God. And you are God, so you're listening to God or the Creator, whatever you want to call it. Much better than listening to an ethically doubtful man in a dress, shall we say that? Rant over. Pineapple juice, Pineapple Express. What is it with pineapples? Have I missed something? And what was it? 420? Was that what it was that everyone was going on about? I was sick for a week. I missed stuff. And I've heard people talking about pineapples. I know what Pineapple Express is. That's a movie. Has that got something to do with 420? I don't know. Let me know. I feel like I'm out of the I'm out of the loop. Noon here. Oh, there you go. So it must be 5 to midnight here. Odin sacrificed himself on, what does that say? Yggdrasil, Tree of Life. Oh, okay, on the Tree of Life. There you go. Was Elvis real? I don't know. Maybe Elvis was actually his brother. There you go. What do you reckon? Knowledge is power. Knowledge is power. Knowledge is everything. Yeah, a little bit of knowledge can be bad, but lots of knowledge is good. Lots of diverse knowledge, different points of view. Because the main problem we got at the moment is lack of points of view, and people are in a mindset they don't think that there's options. They don't think there's other ways to look at the world, because all they do is look at, the TV, and they turn the channel and they get the same thing. Same thing. Turn on the radio, same thing. Watch a movie, same thing. So they think it's all the same. But of course, that can be dangerous, because you can be programmed with that. We've got to have enough. You need enough information to know that you're wrong, and also you need the attitude to know that you're wrong, and to know that that's probably the best thing you can ever learn, is that you're probably going to be wrong more than you're going to be right. But unless you're wrong, you can't be right. I mean, I guess you can be right first off, but to learn things, you have to make mistakes, right? So that's another thing. People don't want to be wrong. They want to pretend they're smart without knowing anything, and it's the silliest thing in the world, because it's a charade. You can't win. You can't pretend to be smart if you're not. You can't be, But people try it all the time, don't they? They try it all the time, and they quote things, and they quote Wikipedia to you and stuff, and stupid things, and it's just like, really, what are you doing? You're making yourself look silly. Don't do that. I was wrong half my life. There you go. Girl from Anatolia. That means you've been right half your life too, right? And that's more than most people, that's for sure. You can't move forward. It's like the most stupid people that you'll ever meet. The dumbest, most stupid people are the ones who know everything, right? Of course. The people who know everything are, of course, the most stupid people around. Why? Is it possible to know everything? Of course it's not. Of course it's not. But if you think you know everything, are you going to go out and learn anything? Of course you're not, because you know everything already. So know-it-alls, the ones who know everything, know nothing. They're the most stupid people you'll ever meet. Grow your own pineapple is very easy. Yes, I've got 2 growing, Margaret, out the back. Pineapples are awesome. They're like the upside down fruit. Like a pineapple grows, and then on the top of the plant grows the pineapple. and then you cut the pineapple off, and then you can cut the top off the pineapple and plant it, and then the fruit will grow through, from the top, through the top. So it's like this reverse, because normally you plant a plant and the plant grows and the fruit comes off the bottom. But this, pineapples are like the reverse fruit. I like them, and they're spiky. To be proven wrong is a gift. I agree. Plip, is that how I say that? Where'd you go? Plip I3. Karen Dirt. How you going? Robert, Mr. Greenfingers. All right, we've got a gardener. I have a blueberry. Well, there you go. I would have thought you would have had some produce. Blueberry gross. That's what? Blueberry cross. That's fire. I'm not sure what that means. 3 years of fruit. If you lick the seed, what are you guys talking about? Greets from Martin Leakey. Oh, thank you, Eddie. I was talking to Martin earlier. Ben Flat, pineapple, the fruit that bites you back. Yes, and of course, the only fruit that has to be on any pizza that's ever been made. You must have pineapple on pizza, or else you're a weirdo. I'm sorry. I've said it. And I'll stand by it. Pineapple must be on pizza. Pineapple is a bromeliad. Yeah, right. Okay. I never thought of that, Matt. But now that you say it, of course, it looks exactly like a bromeliad, doesn't it? There you go. Is it the only fruiting bromeliad? I don't think I've seen any other bromeliads fruit. Definitely not like pineapples. Don't be smoking any cigs though. 11:50 p.m. Cannabis. Oh, yeah. Is that what your green fingers are growing? Is that Robert? I just want to know the electromagnetic pulse plasma weapons work. Is that like how? Just want to know that. Oh, how? Yeah. Well, I mean, they could just be drawing energy from the ether and shooting it down at us. That was another thing about the Olympics, is it says that Zeus, stood on his mountain and shot a thunderbolt down at the people below, and that's something we hear a lot about in ancient stories, Vedas, all this kind of stuff, lightning bolts being shot, energy weapons, we know about Jew, we know about, places like Paradise in California. The song remains the same, right? Meet the new boss, same as the old boss. Who? Yes. Yes, Shinto, I do agree. I will not repeat that though. Pineapple and feta on pizza is the bomb. There you go. It's not blasphemous, Pushing Castle. Not having it is blasphemous. Pineapple and jalapeno. Oh, did you say not having it is blasphemous? Well, there you go. I agree then. I thought you said having pineapple is blasphemous. Jalapenos, yeah, jalapenos. Love jalapenos. Pizza means pie in Italian. There you go. Really? So what about that song? When the moon hits your eye like a big pizza pie. Is he actually saying like a big pie? Hawaiian pizza has pineapple and ham. It does. How many people are really awake, do I think? More than they're telling us, and less than we would like. Yeah, I mean, I think we're talking under 10, but, as far as, I mean, there's awake and there's awake, right? It's like that. There's all these people who think they're awake, as far as they think they've found the answer, which means they've found someone who is doing the research for them, basically, and they're just repeating what they say, and they're like, yes, I'm awake because I listened to that person, which means, of course, that they're not making their own decisions, coming to their own conclusions. It's fine to listen to that person, but you should also listen to another 10 people, and listen to the people who say that person's an idiot. Get all the different perspectives. So we've got this massive group of people who think they're awake, but they're really just running around waiting for a savior and forgetting that they're the saviors. So as far as people that are going to stand up and do something, You know, the people that won't wear the thing and won't take the thing and all that. You know, I think we're probably going up towards 4 or 5%. I mean, but also remember that to change, they've done studies with meditation. What was it called? It was an experiment they did, named after a you know, like a guru dude, Maharishi effect. There you go, the Maharishi effect. And what did they find? That you needed, it was like 2 or 3%, I think, of people meditating at the right vibration, and they would do things like in that city, like crime would drop. You know, they'd have all these positive benefits with a pretty small population. I can't remember exactly. It was under 10% though. So you know, if we can get 10%, we're cruising. But I think we're getting close. But just remember that the last thing that, you know, the MSM or, you know, the media, all this stuff, the last thing they'll ever tell us is that anyone's waking up or that anyone disagrees with them, because it's a show. You know, it's all a show. Like all these people that we see that are, you know, going mad and, you know, pro all the stuff, they could just be actors. We don't know. It's just such a charade. We don't know. But we're heading in the right direction. We're definitely heading in the right direction. Just keep the vibration up. Keep talking to people. Keep spreading information. Because we're really at the point where you can't, you know. I mean, imagine trying to prove this thing was real. You just make yourself look like a complete twat. So yeah. I mean, it's really just, you know, the old people and the scared people that are complying. Unfortunately, too many kids, you know, because they've been indoctrinated in schools. Excuse me, hiccuping. Mind control is the solution. I agree. Just control your own mind. Don't let someone else do it for you. Google Earth is real handy. Yeah, Google Earth is, but it never shows me what I want to see. Everywhere I go, it blocks me out. It's like bloody YouTube. All right, harmonic convergence. What a big nothing burger. The harmonic convergence. What was that, Margaret? I don't think I heard about that. Was that something to do with the age of Aquarius or something? I mean, this is the thing people have been saying, you know, I mean, how many in the last year, you know, how many, you know, not premonitions, what's the other word? You know, how many people have said this will happen, this will happen, this will happen, and none of it happens. And that's the other thing about all these awake people is, you know, they're following all these people, and these people are like, this is going to happen, this is going to happen. It doesn't happen. And they keep following them. This will happen, this, it doesn't happen. And they keep following them. Yeah, we just got to wake up and realize it's time to grow up. We don't need to follow mum and dad. We need to make our own decisions, not let anyone make them for us. You know, and that way we can, you know, you got to be free in the dome, right? To get free of the dome, free the chrome dome. Well, that's only ball people, you know what I mean? The dome. Predictions, another brick in the wall was just adding more adults to the system. Yeah, adults. You know, alerts are good. We need more alerts. It's good to be alert. Don't follow Hugh. He's lost too. I'm with you, Hugh. Just listen to Inside, guys. You've got all the answers. You've got greatness in there. You're all awesome. All the answers you need are in there. And, you know, like I said, we get to choose what we want. What we don't get to choose is the time frame. You know, so when you ask for an answer, you ask what to do, you know, what your next move should be, whatever it is, just understand as well, you're not going to get a voice come in like a telephone. Oh, okay, here's your answer. Could be a week later, could be a month, who knows? It could be someone that you meet that you don't know. You meet someone randomly and they happen to be the person with the answer you're looking for. Could be anywhere, you know, could be in a book you read. And this is the thing is, you know, God is, to me, again, this is just my opinion, the way I see the world,
is God, whatever you want to call it, energy, is the same to me as nature. So it's the energy that binds and animates all life. And so we are all that. That's our power. And that's all we've got to get back to, is to stand in that power and understand that's us. And the only power that they have against us is to make us believe we don't have the power. That's literally the game. That's it. They're trying to teach us, no, you're not powerful. No. You're a slave. You're just born here to work. Shh, don't ask questions. You're not powerful. And that's the game. So as soon as we understand that is crap, and that they're liars, and that they are the deceivers, and right, we know these quotes, the deceivers, the ones that are arrogant, then we know that we ignore them. They're the problem, and we go our own way, because we are the power. We stand in our power and we win. And that this is why they're struggling, because this is what everyone's waking up to, that we are powerful. And when you understand that it's just a show and a charade, and it's all not to be taken that seriously, really, then that's more power. Then and when you stand in your power, really no one can touch you. They really can't. They can't. And even if it goes down to the wire, and things like what happened to Jesus and other people happen, doesn't matter. You're standing in your power. This is just the dream. This is not the be all and end all. This is just the dream, guys. It's just the dream. And of course, it's our dream. And what do you get? You get to make dreams come true, don't you? You get to choose. We all get to choose. So thanks for spending some time with me, guys. You really do have the power in you. Understand that. Stand in it. Don't let anyone take that away. Don't let anyone tell you what to do, ever. Because, no one will let you tell them what to do. So stand in your power. Don't be rude. Just stand in your power. If someone says something, you don't want to do it, you say no, because everything is an offer. Everything's an offer. That's it. You get to accept it or reject it. Even everything that's going on now, they are doing their best to make everyone think it's not an offer. They want you to think it's mandatory and you don't have a choice. But that's just the fraud. That's just the coercion. That's just the game trying to tell you that you don't have the power to choose. It's just the game. It's not true. It's not true. Yeah, they can't mandate anything. You don't have to do anything unless you want to. Just say no. If they say you have to, ask them to prove it. End of conversation. Seriously. So there you go, guys. Thank you for joining me. Gosh, we've almost hit 3 hours. Oh, God, we just did hit 3 hours. How did that happen? Yeah, thanks for joining me. Yeah, I hope you enjoyed that. A bit of a rant at the end, but some interesting pics. If you like my work, what I do, guys, please do share this around. As you know what's going on with YouTube. Also, make sure you go below and subscribe to Odysee, just in case you wake up one day and I'm no longer here. And I will drop some links in the description below. Go and check out the New Now with Lorenzo and my latest interview there, and the Felon Show with Dave and my interview there. And like I said, he's also got an interview with Martin Leedke and Max Egan. So there you go. And check out my shop. T-shirts, new T-shirts. Hang on. I'm trying to work out how to change this screen. I'm new at all. Oh, what have I done? Just before I go, bring up my million screens. New T-shirts that are awesome. Antiquitech. Facts over fear. Let everyone know. The New Now. I'll leave this, and also the Felon Show. So go and check them out. And I will come back here and I will click this and you can see me again. So there you go, guys. Thanks heaps. Yes, love you all. Stay awesome. You have greatness in you. Stand in it, guys. And by doing that, we're going to teach other people. We can teach other people, but it's only by example. So let's be the change we want to see. We've got this. Let's go forward.
and build the world that we all so deserve. All right, guys. Thanks again. Love you all. And I'll be back on a live on Monday. So I'll see you then, if not before. Bye now.